what was I doing?
Them tall tees, them shit used to be long as fuck. Them shit be at your thighs and shit. Like
Exactly. My nigga, yo, my God.
T-shirt big as hell, boy.
What made me buy that shit? I don't know.
Yo, the style.
Only thing I hate about like high school is that like I used to buy my shirts like a size bigger, and so like when wearing your shirt a size bigger went away, like the flyer shirts that I have from high school, I can't wear them because they're too wide. Because you know when you wash shirts, they don't shrink this way; they shrink this way.
Right.
So the shirt is mad wide. The shirt is like.
Oh, you know what? I know what made me buy them shits. Them franchise boys made me buy them shit.
That's what I said. Franchise boys.
As soon as he said, "Oh, I saved a bunch of money in my wardrobe by switching to white tees," I'm like, perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode.
Hit my button for a second. What's up, guys? Welcome.
Is that coming back?
No, don't ever bring it.
It's gonna be DC Young Fly. He gonna bring it back. He's gonna be.
Hell no. No.
Whatever his real name is, I don't know his real name, but that's what
Jonathan. What was Jonathan something?
You would know. But welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars podcast, episode 39. Now, Drew, last week you were muted because you were wilding. This week
I wasn't wilding.
I'm allowing you the opportunity to give it to us in Spanish. How do you say 39 in Spanish?
30.
Nueve.
There you go. Nueve. Go.
Yeah.
That's right? Like
Mister, I took Spanish in college.
I could do up to 100.
Drew don't want to do it no more, but I'm gonna keep making him do it. So
yeah.
This is the OSA episode.
10 more episodes. We starting back from 1.
Right, exactly. So we ain't gonna even get to 100. We'll have 100 episodes, but it will be season 2 to 50. So you good, Drew. You only got to do up to 50. So just take that and run with it. All right. OSA episode 39. Now we gotta be. I'm extremely ecstatic and happy to see the homie Just DQ is back with us in the building. Just DQ, how you feeling, guy?
We back.
Feeling pretty good. Only things like when I got to the hospital, usually adjusting back to my bed is the hard part because the hospital bed is probably the worst thing you want to lay in.
Word. So again, DQ been out the last 3 episodes or something like that. I'm telling y'all,
longer than that, but yeah,
3-4 episode. Look, chlamydia is bad, man. Y'all gotta take care of yourself. Wrap it up. You get the Bernies, man. You get the Johnny Flames in the crotchet area. You be in the hospital. So we're happy to see you back, DQ. But take care of your small soldiers, man. That's all I'm saying. Take care of your small soldiers.
Jesus Christ.
But we got the whole crew back in the building, man. Like always, this episode is brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Don't want to spend too much time getting to the familiars. Y'all know who we are. Got Just DQ in the building. But first, we got our faithful leader and host, Eddie Horchata, in the building.
You're
rapping PR Puerto Rico. Give it up for Johnny 5, Johnny Cinco. Rapping Don's LLC all the time. Give it up for K Jet.
Yo.
Fresh in his white tee. Mr. Drew in the building.
Okay, thanks for the them franchise boys, but what's up, everybody?
He got the Foot Locker tall tee on, you know what I'm saying? The 3XL long.
Nah, it's just a large. It's not 4X. That's a large. Just a large.
Oh my God.
So,
just a large.
Drew, quick reminder, we are still on the good boys clock.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put the dolphin noise over Drew because Drew just can't. Drew can't make it. He did. He already
can never
did
help
it.
himself.
It's a large. I did not even say curse.
You said large
and
sugar honey ice and tea. You said large and sugar honey ice and tea. And last but not least, my mama called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Let's get to it. In case you missed it, kicking it off with COVID and sports. Now, before I get into the crap that's going on with COVID and sports, I want to send a congratulations first. Congratulations to the Seahawks for being the only team in the NFL to not have a positive COVID test this year.
That what word?
Completely. No positives this season. They now we'll get to them later because unfortunately they're missing out on a few games, so that could have changed. But they're at home, so they quarantining right now. But we'll discuss that later. But Seahawks, congratulations on that. No positive COVID tests this season. But we're gonna get into the people that do have a lot of positive COVID tests, and that's the NBA right now. The NBA is feeling it, and it's getting crazy in the NBA when it comes to the COVID. We got 34 players currently out due to COVID protocol. One of the stars, Jason Tatum is out, and because of that, Boston game was canceled tonight due to COVID issues. So the NBA is getting crazy, but and we also had 5 games postponed so far this season. We only had the NBA about 3-4 weeks now. So compared to the weeks that we've been having NBA, having 5 games postponed, 34 players, and again, rosters ain't as big as most sports, it's looking crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen with the NBA. We might be heading back to a bubble, but let me get y'all.
Yeah, I think, hasn't there been rumors of potential bubble startup?
So the NBA the NBA, they don't know what they're going to do. They only put out half the season because they honestly playing it by ear. What just came out, though, the NBA is trying to get past. They are trying to do a quarantine from home with the players. Now, here's how it's going to go. Now, they sent it to the players' PA, but we'll see how that comes back. So when a player is at home, they cannot leave their home unless they're going to practice, games, outside exercises, and only doing essential activities. Now, so again, they're telling players when they leave the court, this is what we need y'all to do. Stay home, and y'all must be pretty much on the quarantine, the NBA quarantine from your homes. Now, when you're playing on the road, no restaurants, you can't leave the hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're doing NBA activities, and no guests at all. Now, all these rules were fine in the bubble, but come on, how are you going to tell players when they leave their job, which is the court, that you under quarantine, you can't leave your crib, you can't go nowhere, you shouldn't be in contact with nobody unless you're doing NBA related stuff? How is that going to happen?
They need to pay civilians like us to follow these dudes and call the hotline and snitch on them.
we need to make a snitch hotline? It's got to come back out?
That we dope out.
Johnny, you, Drew, DQ, y'all the basketball fans here. Do you think this is possible for the NBA to pull off?
Listen. With the bubble, they complained that they wasn't able to see their family. That was one of the big things in the bubble. Now, they basically saying you can't go nowhere. You're with your family to go play and come back.
Kyrie is basically going through it right now. He just got caught out there. There's a clip of him at a party, faceless mask, through no NBA protocols. He's about to miss basically miss this week. Like, they're investigating now. Like if this optimistic, like they're strict.
Minutes ago.
They find this stuff so difficult. Finding stuff so difficult. Just stop playing. Everybody just go home and wait till it carries over.
Well, see, the thing is that's what they're trying to prevent, having to shut down the league. But it's almost impossible to tell somebody once they leave the job, this is what you need to do. In a bubble, again, it's a controlled area. We can tell you what to do. We can control who leaves and who don't. But they're pretty much telling you, because you're an NBA player, you can't have people around you. You have your significant others, but you shouldn't be going to no restaurants. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. And that's almost impossible when you're talking to people that's in population.
Yeah, but it's like, if they don't, I understand the complaint about the bubble. They was cut off from all activities. They had to stay in the bubble. Now they're saying you can be at your house, do whatever you want from home. And basically, you can't do nothing unless it's a business. But then they're gonna probably make cases. Oh, I gotta meet with these people and these people for businesses, and it's like.
And that's honestly true because a lot of players do have other forms other than the NBA. So
yeah. Look, guys are going to do what they're going to do. Like, look, that's not fair, right? So, and most Americans, too, are going through that same thing, too. So it's just because they play a professional sport doesn't mean that they aren't people. Like, I think we make that argument almost all the time. Most jobs have restrictions, right? Like, I technically am not allowed to leave the state for more than 24 hours or whatever it is without informing my HR department, and it becomes a whole ordeal. But, like, I still get to live a normal life, right? I can still go to a restaurant. But if I do come in contact with someone who has COVID, and the good boy clock is gone, so we can say go loose. But if I do come in contact with someone, it is my responsibility for myself to be like, hey, I'm not going to come to work anymore because of this. And I think that's more on the player, right? So it's like the NBA shouldn't have to force that. I feel like, and again, it turns into you telling us what to do is just going to make us want to do something more, right? The forbidden fruit aspect to it if you want, right? So it's like, I understand the road games because different states, different laws, different rules, different regulations. But when you're home, dude, and then you mean to tell me these guys can't go to a grocery store?
Right, and then I'm saying
they can't go to the liquor store and
Well, they can go for essentials, so they can go to the grocery store, they can go to the doctor or whatever like that. But again, on the road,
someone say taking your wife out to dinner is essential,
right? Again,
you're not going to clap cheeks if you don't take her out to dinner.
But again, it's one of those things. Again, I can sit on the road because when you're on the road, you're actually you're on business. If you're on the road, like when you're playing away, you're on the road. So they're saying okay, we don't want y'all to leave the hotel. We only have a few days. We're trying to keep it quarantine or whatever. We're trying to prevent things from happening. I can see players respecting that. It's like, we on the road, we might only be here a day or two anyway, so ain't nothing wrong with that. But again, you telling somebody when they're off the clock that you can't leave your crib, unless this, that, and the third, ain't nobody gonna listen to it. Now, it's not guaranteed to happen yet. They are passing this to the player PA. My biggest thing is, how are you guys gonna mandate this and how you guys are gonna regulate this? Because again, once these players leave the arena, a lot of them are done where they'll post everything they fucking do on social media. But other than that, if I'm just out and about living my life, unless somebody, a Kevin, see you and want to take a picture and do all that, who's to tell me I can't just live a regular life? I might want to go bowling in my state. In my state, bowling might be open. I'm with my family. Who are you guys to tell me that I can't do this?
They can't tell you by
at this point. Listen,
they pay you a check, bro. You want a job? They tell you whatever.
At this point, just go with the rules. If you don't like the rules,
Kev, they pay you a check and they tell you any job that you at right now. They tell you, Kevin, when you off the clock, you can't do this. You can kiss my ass if your stupid ass gonna be like, shit, you're gonna tell me they don't pay me that. They don't pay me for
any job. We talking about getting M's.
No, but I'm saying these guys make it. And again, by that argument too, though, they probably have bowling alleys in their house.
Come on, at least.
I'm saying this to say, we want to make them regular people that just play ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Then we have to treat them as their regular people who play ball. Ain't no fucking doctors being told, you can't go nowhere. Because
I'm pretty sure they're getting told that too. I'm pretty sure
doctors get. They
got
just more so.
They got precautions, but they are human. They can go. Everything that's open in your state, you're at liberty to. You have to take certain precautions, knowing what they have to take precautions, just like everybody else.
Now, but I'm just saying, I feel like doctors is at a high standard because they're the ones that got to see people.
John, I talk to doctors on a regular basis, and they do whatever you're allowed to do in New York. They do whatever you're allowed to do.
They follow the law. That's all that.
DQ. That's how it's a mystery right there.
Right. But again, a part of following the law is taking precaution for what we all dealing with. So,
but you act like NFL just went through this whole shit. You act like NBA players is different though. NFL just went through this. NFL beginning of the whole season, it was a bunch of NFL rules where we just talked about listing anywhere and everywhere where you can't go. NFL players just did this shit. Like, what do you think? NBA players is different? It's not gonna be different.
I don't think the NFL players were, or MLB players for that matter, were told that they couldn't go to dinner.
It was just a matter of being responsible. It wasn't mandated that you can't do these things. It's just like in the times we live in that, and if you want to play ball, then you have to take certain precautions. Okay, as a player, if I'm thinking, I can go here, I'm gonna take all the precautions I need to take. There's nobody place to tell me that, you gotta stay in your fucking crib. How you gonna mandate me to my crib? You ain't the law.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they're doing it right now. I mean, like,
they're not doing it. They trying to do it. They try to pass it to the player PA, but it hasn't come back yet.
Not gonna go through.
I don't think.
Well, listen. As long as I go to the grocery store with my faceless mask, I'm good.
Faceless mask.
Don't worry. When you run this episode back, you're gonna.
Oh no, we all heard it. We all heard it.
But also they making it mandatory that you must wear masks on the bench. I spoke about that last week, but it's definitely gonna happen now. And no post game activities. So no.
I don't know what that's gonna do.
So no LeBron. Yeah, I wanted you over here next to you.
I mean that shit. They go. That shit.
No, it's none of that. It's none of this shaking hands. None of LeBron. Yeah, nigga. You know what I'm talking about. You should come here with that shit. You're trying to get that ring, right? None of that. So, none of LeBron.
What's that? His Bryce. You 6'5"?
Yeah, word.
Oh, good Lord. Yes, sir.
None of that. Also, meetings in regards to the teams, 10 minutes or less. No in-person meetings. If you do, it has to be 10 minutes or less. Everything through Zoom. Practices have to have masks on. And some players gonna have to play with masks on the way the shit goes.
I was about to say
Yeah, eliminating
mask on or bodysuits. Run around with body.
They should just not play defense.
Well, they already don't. So that's not
right.
a big thing. That's not a big thing already. Yeah, that's what I got from COVID. Anything else anybody got from COVID?
We'll get to when we cover the Browns game, but obviously the Browns went with like zero coaching and still won the game, which is bananas.
Also, again, with the Browns, they just got 19 staff members back that was cleared to be a part of this upcoming game. So, but we'll touch more on that when we get to the NFL recap. And we're actually going to fall into the NFL recap now. Eddie, if you would like to lead us, we had our wild card weekend. It was a wild weekend.
Wild weekend. It was fun. So I had a couple days off. It was pretty great. Although, I you guys know, but I'm in the middle of the move, so that kind of sucked. There wasn't really days off, so I didn't catch most of these games, but still got to see the bulk of them. So let's start Saturday. Colts and Bills.
Good game.
I know there was like a big play at the end there where there was a fumble, not a fumble. Maybe it was a fumble, not a fumble.
Yeah.
Either way, it didn't.
Well,
I don't think it would have
caught
changed
the
the outcome
ball.
of the game.
He caught the ball, tried to get up and run. He got smacked.
Got popped. Yeah.
And they said that he was down by contact before the fumble, but it was a lie. His ass tried to get up, tried to make a play because he tried to get them in field goal range. And when he got up, the defense waited for him to stand up. He turned and they punched that shit out, and somebody hit him, and the shit came out, but they still lost. So.
Yeah, again, and it didn't change the outcome of the game, so
I'm
to me, it didn't really matter.
People would be going crazy about it, but if the outcome would have been different, then we would have a whole different.
Of course. The only my big takeaway from it, obviously, I've been kind of like suck it off Josh Allen for the last couple of weeks. You know, I've been saying the
Diggs
Bills are
went up.
good. He's gotten better. You know, I've beaten my drum on this team already, so like I don't really want to talk too much about the Bills. Again, good team. Speaking of which, we did interview their defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. The Jets did, that is. So I don't know, potentially, Coach. We're interviewing everybody. We'll get to that when we get to maybe honorable mentions, but we are interviewing everybody. Marvin Lewis included, and I hope he doesn't get the job.
Really?
Yeah, they interviewed Marvin Lewis. Why?
Oh, wow.
Why?
Okay.
Again, he probably has like a plethora of nudes of like all the owners. He's got some blackmail on them. For 15 years. Yeah, Bills are going to be good. They have who are they playing next? They're playing Drew's Ravens next. Pretty fun matchup for that. I did notice Phillip Rivers is like weak Hail Mary pass. You guys see that?
Yeah, it
5
felt,
yards
it
short.
felt way short, bro.
Yeah, it sucks. You know, we'll get to it when we get to the Steeler game, but you know, him and Ben still being in the, you know, same Eli draft. Obviously, we all know what happened that year. But it looks like what we saw. This could be the last time that we see Phillip Rivers, and his last pass looked like that. So
Hopefully, it's the last time we see both of them bastards.
tough break for my guy Phil. You know, but on like for the future, do you guys think the Colts, like, again, they get a, you know, maybe a veteran guy, or you know, they draft a guy? You think like this team?
There's some talent that's available to be got right now.
Again, I don't know about that, but again, they got it
looking like it's available.
I mean, they got their defense is solid. They got a good running back. Receivers, I don't even know who their receivers are. They got
Zach Pascal, Pittman, who's a really good
T.Y.
receiver. Dropped a lot of balls this game. Wasn't good for him. Obviously, T.Y.'s there. The running game's amazing. The offensive line is great.
Right. Improve the receivers. I think and to get another quarterback. Phillip is over. It's pretty much a wrap. Especially when they talking long term in regards to their future.
Hey, no else they could get. They get Fitzmagic. Fuck it.
Yeah. Running back with another old dude.
Yo, that actually be lit. Now you get Fitz over there.
I can see it.
They get Fitzmagic. That's what I'm saying. They have options.
I can see that.
They have options.
Gunslinger, right? School of Fire. Get them in there.
Next up, Seahawks Rams. Interesting stat. Sean McVay is now 32-0 when leading before halftime, which is fucking nuts. Obviously, you know, has some pretty embarrassing games where he loses pretty bad, and you know, Super Bowl being the big thing. You know, people saying that you know, Sean McVay is not the coach that everyone thought he was. But I mean, this team was offensive minded, and now when they went to the Super Bowl, that is, and now they're defensive minded. He completely switched. So I do love what I see from Sean McVay. Obviously, you see what is the quarterback's name? The kid that came off the couch, obviously ended up getting knocked out of this game. Wolford. Wolford gets knocked out by Jamal Adams. Shoulder hit, you know, fair. Ends up going to the hospital. So I think he's okay now. Just a really, really bad concussion. I hope he's okay now. But Jared Goff obviously comes in this game, and the Seahawks are eliminated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
And look, Drew, Dev, you and I have been saying it all year. They're sus. This defense wasn't gonna get them anywhere. And obviously, immediately, of course, I'm gonna let you defend yourself, Kev. I'm throwing it to you. But obviously, in classic Jamal Adams fashion, Jamal Adams has come out and said that he's been hurt the whole year. That he hurt himself before the season even started. When he was before he started the season with the Jets. And yeah, classic Jamal Me guy takes out Wolford is the reason why they probably lost the game.
Yeah, no interceptions this season, right?
No, he had oh yeah, that's right. He had 0 interceptions.
Right.
So Kev, you were a big Seahawk and Cecil Wilson fan this season, beating your drum on them. What happened?
Nah, just inconsistency on both sides. Like, any week, the offense and defense never play well on the same week. We'll see a few weeks where the defense is doing all right. They look like they could be top 15 maybe somewhere. And then you got weeks where they were definitely the bottom 10. And it's the same thing with the offense. So some weeks the offense, you're like, oh shit, Russ has got it. And then other weeks, you're like, what the hell is going on? It wasn't fun to watch. But
Yeah.
I mean, they need help on defense. I don't know where they draft right now. I actually had it up earlier, but not important. But
they don't draft because they gave us their pick.
Mm,
They need a running
They
back.
would have drafted at 20, but it's ours now.
yeah,
Thanks.
they definitely need a back. They need some
Yeah.
O-line help. They need some linebackers. They need some help.
Yeah, the whole team can't live and die by Russell Wilson, and that was my biggest thing. I love Russell.
Let
I think
Russ
he's great.
cook. Look,
But yeah,
still
let
got-
Russ cook, and
And they still got cap.
They
They
really
still got
need
salary cap. So they need
Yeah.
to pay somebody.
offensive
Before they
linemen
have to
to
pay
protect
DK.
them.
They need to pay Sierra and to stay away from
Right.
Russ during
and
the playoff
DK
games.
had like a meltdown like in like the first quarter of that game. Like it was early. And,
Yeah,
like,
I
he was
feel
already,
him though. Like,
no, because he was
Yeah, but I
man.
mean,
He
you were
went,
very, very still well in that game. And
I feel him. It's
he
like,
bust out. He went
it's
to
like,
style. Like, yo,
can't
I
move
want
me
to get the
around.
ball. Yeah.
You can't move me around. Like, you gonna let Jalen beat up on me all night? You gonna let Sassy Pants himself beat up on me all night?
listen, say what you want about Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey is amazing. He's a
No, he
great
is.
corner.
Oh,
You know, we say this all the time. Every year, there's always a corner, right? It was obviously Revis Island. Like I don't want to say started it, but like for like this generation, you know,
Right.
like that were like teenagers watching. You know, our Champ Baileys and Ty Laws. They were in the past. They were at the tail end of their careers when we really started watching. But you know, you have your Darrell Revis, who was consistent for a little bit. Then Richard Sherman and
Patrick
your
Peterson.
Josh Norman, Patrick Peterson, all these guys that blow up for like a minute, where they're like, oh, this guy's a shutdown corner, and then like they just kind of disappear. Jalen Ramsey, to his credit, has not. Jalen Ramsey has been shut down and probably still, honestly, probably arguably one of the best defenders.
And how long
he's
been? He's been in like what, 4 or 5 years now.
He's young, like 6 years,
Yeah.
maybe max.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been consistent this whole entire
Right.
career.
And talking about best players in the league, defensive players in the league, Aaron Donald goes down in this game. Looks like some rib contusions, but he should be back going up against the Packers, which is a tough matchup. But you know, we'll get to that when we get to that. Anything else on the Seahawks Rams?
Nope.
All right, cool. Next up, we got Buccaneers Washington football team. This game was kind of awesome. I liked watching it.
I like it because it was an underdog story. It was entertaining. There's a story behind it. You got the Washington has a great defense with not many pieces on the offensive side, but they play hard. They got the white boy in the QB Tyler Hinkley.
I can see. I can't say it.
Something like that, but
Hanky.
Thank you.
He went viral. Everybody was on Twitter. Yeah, everybody was on Twitter rooting for him, rooting for Washington, like to beat Tampa. Like everybody was hoping for that good old underdog, that John face, that good old underdog story.
Not
But-
being
Yeah, because John's just upset because if the Giants were there, they would have beat the Bucs, right, John?
I'm saying Dan Jones, baby Eli. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Anyway, speaking of that story, there's obviously been a lot of talk, and I think we're actually going to cover that in the next segment. But there's been a lot of talk about Taylor Heineke being the future at Washington, the future QB. Look, we understand, guys. You know, we're just a bunch of guys talking shit about sports. Like, we know that that's probably not true, but we lived in the moment. Obviously, we all loved what we saw in the one game that this kid had. And then, obviously, you see him go down and then him come right back, him do that vertical leap to score that touchdown in the end. Obviously, Buccaneers end up winning this game 31-23. But that game was a lot closer than it looked. There was a lot of garbage time points there at the end there. But it was pretty much a one-possession game going into the fourth quarter. So, you know, forget about the final score. Again, it was all garbage time points anyway. But, yeah, he looked good. He was commanding the offense. Obviously, this kid was on the practice squad for the Patriots at one point when Brady was still there, and even talked about how, like, Brady was, like, super cool to him, how he was really, really nice to him, and taught him pretty much, like, whatever Brady knew of the game at that moment that he could help him out with. This kid was literally going on like doing Zoom classes for his like master's degree, and had a final and was like, I gotta go play a football, like a playoff football game. Sorry, I can't make it.
They called me up.
And you just figure like the professor that's probably like, that's some bullshit, man. Turns on the game and finds out, he's like, oh shit, that's really like he really had a playoff football game he had to go to. But obviously, love the story. Sorry for the Washington football team, but also they were 7-9, so who cares? Buccaneers did what they were supposed to do. Right. John, you got anything else? Go ahead. I felt like you got to say something.
It was a cool showing, but Buccaneers did what they were supposed to do. They fed a cub to the dragon. That's what happened.
Yeah. Leonard Fournette shows up. Mike Evans takes himself out of the game like 4 times and still makes big plays. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just what he does now, where he'll just make like a big catch and then he just goes, nope, I'm out. It's,
put me back
eventually
in.
comes back in.
Right.
Yep, of course.
Also, a lot of Brady, Antonio Brown love. They bromance is in full flourish right now. And next week, he should get a lot of love. So we'll get to that.
Yeah, should be a fun game. I'm really excited to see who's going to be in the AFC and NFC Championship games. Speaking of the AFC, probably Drew's favorite game. We got the Ravens and the Titans. So Titans led early in this game, 10-0 at some point, and then the Ravens went on to score 17 unanswered points. Lamar Jackson finally gets the monkey off of his back. I'm sorry, go ahead, Kev.
No, correction. They were up early in the game. The Titans were, and then Lamar decided to be Lamar run for 60 yards in a tizzy.
I was gonna get to it. He gets the monkey off of his back. Finally wins a playoff game. I think we need to let Drew just kind of.
Yeah, Drew.
Go ahead, talk your shit, Drew.
I was.
Yeah, we did that. Ravens Nation. Yeah, we did that for Ray, not Rice Lewis. Oh wait, we both did illegal shit.
I love how you're throwing it, but
hey, oh my God!
Stop doing that shit! Stop it! Oh God, I really can't with
I'm not gonna lie, I love a few of those spots, but that one was.
I don't think a lot of people that listen to this podcast understand. Like, I know we're getting a lot of like outside viewers from different versions of the world. John is so fucking New York. You can't say shit. John is so New York. You can't say nothing about John.
Oh my God! You're so fucking.
Yo.
I lost my train of thought.
It's all right. Regroup. Go ahead. Give us your take, but damn, Drew, that was
Ravens,
bad.
Drew, let's hear it.
They stopped you. All you gotta say is they stopped Derrick Henry, and that's was basically the Titans' offense. You know why I picked Ryan? Why I picked?
I want to call it their offense. I mean,
the whole entire
AJ Brown's a pretty good player.
Nah, he is good.
But
listen,
once you stop Derrick Henry, you basically stop that whole team. Like,
but you stop Derrick Henry, you have a great chance. Like stopping Derrick Henry is like basically he's the engine of the team. Stop the engine, the car's not gonna move nowhere.
That's exactly why I picked Ryan Tannehill as my marquee miss to do something, because you can't have
Ryan Tannehill has been very good.
Yeah, I know.
I give him credit. After that playoff run last year, he had a really good season this year. He had a really good season.
Yeah, he's been very good.
He had a good season, but
I feel like your take is very hateful towards.
No,
I didn't touch Tannehill.
It's not very hateful because when you see Ryan Tannehill was doing his thing, Derrick Henry was doing his thing too. Like, you can't have you stop Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill did not know what to do in that game. It basically stopped him. Also, I was saying Ryan Tannehill needs to do something in spite of Derrick Henry. Like, when Derrick Henry is stopping, Derrick Henry is stopped, Ryan Tannehill needs to up his game. Like he needs to like do something. He needs to be a reason why their team is getting like you cut off one leg. Like you can't have just like it just stops. You can't
And
have.
I think that's the same with both teams. Whereas it worked for them this week, but if Lamar cooking, or Lamar is able to scramble, Ravens is impossible to beat. If you got Lamar in the pocket, you keeping them consistent in the pocket. The run game ain't consistent. Their receivers ain't consistent. So and his passing isn't consistent. Titans, in the sense of if you get Derrick Henry, if you able to slow him down, then the offense falls apart. And I think in this game, Ravens just got the best. Between the two, they're both teams that kind of up and down when it comes to balancing their offense. And whereas Derrick Henry, usually the one that cooked, he wasn't. The Ravens defense found a way to neutralize him, whereas Titans defense wasn't able to do shit with Lamar. Lamar took off that one run he took. Touchdown, yo, that shit was the nigga went from 0 to 60. Like, yo, like how,
running. I'm like, yo, where they at?
That's what I'm saying. I think how did he get a touchdown?
Kevin the chat put the Lamar's fast.
What he's really elite at is cutting without slowing down, like without losing stride. That's what's filthy. Even last year's play where we see him, like he gets two defenders down on him, like both safeties, and he spins. You see that? Like he doesn't break stride.
Yeah,
that's hard to do, bro. And I can imagine it's got to be 10 times as hard at that level.
But yeah, that was a game that was on Ryan Tannehill's shoulders, and unfortunately,
he did not do that.
And
and by that argument, though, John, like I think turn the game around for me.
They cornerbacks play really good too.
Exactly. Yeah, they played all those receivers tight. But I put a little bit of it on Mike Vrabel. It was 4th and 2. You have Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even though they were stopping him, you still gotta give him the ball.
You have Derrick Henry. Why are you punting the football? Like again, this game. So final score of this game was 20-13. This game was in reach. I just think it was, to me, from what I've seen from Vrabel thus far. I'm gonna give my roses to the Ravens. I know I've been shitting on them all year, mostly because of Drew. But and again, we'll see what happens. Obviously, they have a tough matchup against the Bills. Josh Allen is again. And this is gonna be awesome. Josh Allen versus fucking Lamar Jackson. You know, two guys coming out of the same draft. The only two quarterbacks that are actually good out of that draft. You know, Baker's turning it around. You know, Rosen's dead, and Darnold, who knows what's gonna happen to him. Again, Vrabel's been taking chances. He's that kind of guy, and like for you to just punt in a 4th down situation, take that. You have Derrick Henry, give him the ball, or if not, do like a little bootleg where you fake it, play action bootleg where you just kind of throw it over the linebackers' heads. That's it. You don't have to do anything crazy. It's 4th and 2. That being said, Dev, I don't know if you want to add the clip in here, but last time these teams played each other,
when they was about to scrap,
Titans. Yeah, yeah, there was the big fight, and then they went to the Ravens logo.
Yeah,
and they were kind of like wiping their feet on it, in the celebration.
Marcus Peters was talking. He was talking tall shit after this game.
When they threw that interception, immediately Marcus Peters did his little shit, and they were wiping their feet on their logo. Yeah. That was kind of awesome. I love that these two teams hate each other going forward now. Yeah. Like it's kind of like building rivalry for the future. I think these guys are going to be on the team for a long time.
You know what's all my take on all this? And we're going to add to this with the Steelers Browns is, Chase Claypool has some comment. I look at this like, look at all the peasants fighting.
Right.
Listen.
It's like Johnny said. Right. Johnny said it's like when your mama leave the crib and then the big brother make all the siblings fight and shit. The younger siblings, you sit back and laugh and shit like, what the
maybe we can get DQ involved in this next game because we got the Bears and the Saints broadcasted on Amazon Prime, CBS, and
drumroll
Nickelodeon.
That shit was cool.
Niggas kids.
was
though.
fucking awesome. Like,
I was surprised like why am I
I-
on Nickelodeon of all places. I'm like, I
Yeah,
know like
word.
under the
Shout
CBS
out to
umbrella,
Nate E,
but it
son.
was
it's under
interesting.
Viacom CBS for sure.
I didn't want to watch that game because I knew the results, even though I picked the Bears. I feel like I knew the results. But like, nah, I'm just going to Nickelodeon.
No, watch it.
It made the game way more fun.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Watching it on Nickelodeon
Because that game sucked.
made it fun to watch.
Yeah, word, it did.
Yeah, because that game sucked. Look, Drew. I don't know why I always do that to you, Dev. I know all of your family lives in Chicago. You are from Chicago. Most of them are Chicago Bears fans. I genuinely feel bad for them that they actually have to watch this team.
They knew them niggas was gonna lose. They were just happy.
Oh, of course, but like the Bears are that team, and again, it's why I picked them. But the Bears are that team where you're like, dude, when you count them out, they're gonna fucking win, and when you count them in, they're gonna lose.
Exactly.
Again, and that's what it's been with me with them all season. They did actually during the regular season that when they were undefeated.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers were a notch on their belt during that. So to me, it was just like, hey, look, they have their number. It is what it is. We actually got a FaceTime call at the early game, the game that we just talked about. The early game. What was the early game? We got a FaceTime from
this nigga
Kevin.
Stupid as hell.
So in the OSA chat, so we're going, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Obviously we all rush to the answer. And Kev, I don't know if you want to defend yourself here or if you want to tell a story, but
nah, bro. First of all, it was my birthday. Second of all, I always watch NFL Network before I transition to whatever channel the games is on. And I spoke to somebody before that. I'm like, yo, I'm excited for this early game, whatever. And then I come back downstairs, like 20 minutes, maybe half an hour later. I'm like, the Saints are playing right now? Like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, why the Bears?
This nigga dead in the game, though, like, watching it.
I'm like, why the Bears take out Trubisky so early? I'm like, what is happening? So I blow them up because I'm, like, confused. They're like, you watching an old game on NFL Network. I'm like, oh.
No, because the first time you called.
The Titans' first touchdown.
The first time you called, I'm like, this is an accident. But then you called back again. I'm like, all right, something going on. Why this nigga?
Yeah, Drew, the only person accidentally called the video chat.
Always. It's because his fingers are too fat to reach the keyboard.
Video chat?
Now, you definitely do video. You definitely, every time it says.
Oh, yeah.
You come and call OSA, then you click on it, it says, Drew ends call.
Yeah.
I do sometimes, but.
Yeah.
Again, them dick beaters be slippery.
Yeah, we can do a little bit more about the game because I want to do that quickly because I really want to talk more about the broadcast and I want everybody to give opinions about the broadcast and I thought it was fucking awesome. So I think what really turned because again, this game was also a close, final score 21-9. What was the big turnaround was that wide open, clear trick pit play, wide open touchdown, just absolutely dropped. Didn't look for the ball at all, just kind of threw his arms up, and then we watched it sail through his arms. And again, it sucked for them because I felt like that was like a big momentum swing for them. And again, who knows? Maybe they would have the Saints would have went down and no pun intended would have marched down the field and scored right away. But they weren't doing anything amazing to me. They weren't really. Again, it looked like in this Washington and in this Saints Washington and Buccaneers game and then the Saints Bears game. I thought both favorites did not play hard. They weren't again if they do that against their next opponent, they're fucked. Yeah. This is the playoffs, man. You can't look past the team. You can't do that. So it was kind of prime for them to lose that game, and they didn't.
One team that could do that.
Who? The Chiefs, John? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the Bears. Defense is still really good. Saints, again, can they beat the Bucs? I don't even know at this point.
Last year it was the doink, right? Now this year
the doink.
It's that drop catch.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was bad.
But
it was 2 years ago. It was the doink.
But shout out, even when that game was over, shout out to Jimmy Graham with that great catch.
Oh, yo, the dope.
Oh, at the
catch
end.
At the end.
Yeah.
And just ran off.
Thanks for bringing that up, John. So
that wasn't even the best catch by a tight end this weekend.
Did you guys know that the NFL rule changed? Like, you know how, like, you know, no matter what, you score a touchdown, even if it's like when the clock hits 0, you still have to kick the extra point, like, no matter what. 9 times out of 10, winning team just kind of like dips, and they're like, yeah, fuck this, like, we're out of here. They kick the field goal, then, you know, they do the pleasantries, shake hands, and bounce. So if you're a gambler, if the Bears would have kicked that point, the extra point, they would have covered. But there's a new rule in the NFL this year that I didn't know existed, that if it doesn't change the outcome of the game, there's no need to kick the extra point.
Right, there's no need. Yeah.
So there was a lot of people that thought that they hit, and they did it. So, again, sorry, guys.
That's unfortunate. I'll be sick.
Roger Goodell's bookie gonna come and hit his hand with a hammer and shit. Like, nigga, I have money on this shit. Yeah. But the best part about
let's talk about the podcast.
Look, this is the first game I've actually got Dorian to sit down and watch with me. Dorian, I cannot get his ass to sit down and watch football with me for the life of me. Mm-hmm. He will not sit down. If he do, he want to play with other toys and do other shit or want to play catch while I'm watching football. It's the first time he was actually entertained watching a football game, and I'm here for it. Let's keep this shit going. I want to see a game.
Listen,
Super Bowl,
take notes, MLB,
Cartoon Network.
Yep. I'm saying, so I got the perfect scenario. NBA, Disney, right? NBA games on Disney.
Right.
MLB games on Cartoon Network. That's it. Because who cares about that sports?
I'm trying to see Gumball and Darwin in the game. If y'all don't watch it,
I'm not gonna lie, hockey might be fun to watch on one of these shits, especially.
Word. Where you start fighting, then you see the Powerpuff Girls come out or some shit. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Crazy shit. But that shit was dope.
Do you guys have any favorite quotes either said by the broadcast or favorite moments in that like Nickelodeon broadcast or no?
What can I say? Shout out to Nate Burleson.
Or Nate just Nate killed it. Perfect personality for that shit, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Perfect personality. What he said was like, it's kind of like when your mom tells you to go to bed. I forget the quote. I gotta find it.
There's a bunch. So like, there was Drew Brees is the kid in the playground Drew Brees is the kid in the playground that's good at everything. Or sorry, that's just that's really really good at throwing. And then Taysom Hill is the guy on the playground at recess that is good at all sports. He also said this was Evan Eagle said that Alvin Kamara loves scoring touchdowns more than Kel loves Art soda, which is fucking awesome to me. Hold on, I actually have them all because I used our chat to get it all off. Hang on a second.
DQ, did you watch the Nickelodeon game? I know you're a big ass kid.
Only one I got to watch was the Bills game because when I was in the hospital, the TV was fucking up and didn't have Nickelodeon apparently.
They'd be having you in the pediatric side anyway. So
this sound like only channels I could watch with sports on it was either MSG, Yes, or that Bills game because every other channel was mad fuzzy.
Yeah, I know we didn't get to honorable mention yet, but KD a fucking beast.
Yeah, he really is.
Fuck KD.
And then so to me, the biggest things were, and again, I won't go. Obviously, the end zone slime was awesome. The almost over exaggerated first down markers were just the graphics altogether were awesome.
Right.
SpongeBob when you kicked the field goal. There was Justin Tucker missed the field. Not Justin Tucker. The Saints kicker, doesn't matter.
What?
Missed the field goal, and he was like, oh well, he must have saw SpongeBob's face. There was straight up all '90s kids references, and you saw Evan and Eagle just going back and forth. And shout out to Gabby who was up there with them, trying her fucking best, doing her Cardi B impressions and all that shit. That shit was hilarious, but it was great. It was great because you could see that Evan and Eagle were vibing, and they were doing all these '90s references. And she was like, "Yeah," because I heard earlier they were talking about the tight end on the Bears, Komet, whose favorite player growing up was Jimmy Graham at the time, and now they play on the same team together. He was like, "Oh, he was born in 2000. He came into the league in 2000 or whatever it was." And she was like, "Oh, I wasn't even born yet." I'm like, "So this bitch don't know shit about what they're talking about."
Right. She don't get none of the references.
She has no idea what's happening. But there was a moment too where I wanted to make a Monte Teo joke because he was signed off the practice squad. So the whole time they kept when they mentioned Monte Teo twice, and like immediately I was like, Monte Teo in Imaginary Home for Imaginary Girlfriends. And then I was like, oh, fuck, that was a Cartoon Network show, not a freaking Nickelodeon show.
Yo, they actually was showing his documentary the other day, too.
Monte Teo's fake girlfriend?
Yeah. They were showing that shit on ESPN the other day.
I don't understand how that guy got away with whatever he got away with. He's not even that good anymore. And then obviously the MVP went to the losing player. Went to Mitch Trubisky, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, there's no one else who got so Nickelodeon had their own like blimp, like almost like Lombardi trophy that went to the most valuable player, and everybody wanted to give it to Drew Brees because it was his birthday that day. And like they started changing things up in the broadcast. They were like, "Hey, you should give it to Drew Brees. He's played a good game. Like, give it to the winning team." Like, because I think the object was that they wanted to slime the winner. And, like, what are you going to do? Slime Mitchell Trubisky? He just lost one of the biggest games of his life again.
Yeah.
Then you come slam him.
Yo, speaking of slime, though, DQ, I don't know if you've seen it by now, but Sean Payton didn't take off his J's when he got slimed.
Yeah, that's hurt my feelings. Sit them weapons on. And all that, and like what's in the slime is like mad other shit. So that shit probably ain't gonna come out.
And he don't care about them damn shits.
Nah, I thought.
Yeah, word. He could buy new ones. He's rich.
Right. He probably got another one.
What's Sean Payton's net worth?
Fucking loaded.
Found on the web. According to therichest.com, his net worth is estimated to be at $15 million.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's not much. I mean,
it's not much, but he's fine.
He don't pay for them.
Yeah,
right.
He's fine.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't paying for none of that shit.
He's fine.
He gonna call somebody and get him another pair.
Obviously, Saints are gonna go. Saints are marching on again. I did that again. I don't know how I did that. To play the Buccaneers. So we will see that when we get to our picks. Last up, and we'll make this one quick. Steelers Browns. Holy shit.
We was all right. Just say we were all right. We were all
except for
right.
me.
What the hell is bad? What the hell is
now,
bad?
Whether you picked them or not, we all knew that the Steelers were sus. We all
they were the worst 11-0 team ever.
Right.
Yeah,
so
but 5 turnovers in the first quarter, bad. Like,
bro.
But again,
Ben
it was literally Super Bowl. Was it Broncos Saints where he fumbled over his head? Like, when was the last time that happened?
Nah, Ben pulled the Cam Newton. He didn't dive on the ball.
They did that. Like, I was like, why didn't y'all dive on the ball? You basically let the defender just rush and catch that ball. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
again,
you got 2 of them basically turn their heads while they're over the ball. Like, do something, man. Like,
we talked all season about them winning, going these undefeated record, that they need to get these L's out the way before they get to the playoffs. And then they started losing toward the end of the season, but they actually became them actual selves at the end of the season. All the earlier games where they were playing against under 500 teams, bum-ass teams.
Like in football, I feel that's like the only sport where being undefeated is not going to mean shit because you can lose that one game at the wrong time and the season's over.
Yeah, so it's one and done.
Get those L's out the way early in the season. Just make sure you're on track to be where you want to be at the end of the season. But yeah, like when I picked the Browns purposely, I was basing off that because those games they did lose, the fashion in which they lost those games, I figured if they get in a situation where it goes like the wild card game, they're gonna end up losing that because they weren't prepared enough.
Yeah, they lost 4 out of their last 5 games. So
they haven't been consistent. Nothing's been consistent. The receiving ain't been consistent. The running ain't been consistent. Ben ain't been consistent. Defense was, but they dealt with a lot of injuries toward the end of the season. So they became inconsistent. And once they got into the playoffs, they were
Big Ben.
I got two takeaway questions from the game too.
Big Ben was
is Ben done? Because again, we talked about Rivers. Is Ben done? And is Juju on the move?
Should be and yes. Yeah, should be and yes.
I mean, they're not going to get rid of Ben. They're going to give Ben one last season next season.
I think Ben's going to retire. I don't think they have a choice. Yeah. It's either he's going to retire or he's going to try one more
charge and like he'll be out.
And we gonna see the Steelers again and back in the trash it, but yes to both. Ben should be and Juju should be. So
yeah. And there was a sad moment too at the end of that game. Obviously, you know, with the Browns, okay, Baker's on a run right now. He said I woke up feeling good. I don't know if you guys saw his press conference. Put that press conference in here too, because I mean he was just cocky Baker, perfectly set to go up against fucking Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Just fucking dripping swagger and confidence right now. Woke up confidence, like, dude.
Well, Juju started it. Juju was the one who was talking.
Oh yeah, of course. No,
talking about the Browns is just the Browns.
I get it.
Of the day, and they were ready for their ass.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Claypool said, right? He said they get clapped next week.
Right. He said, I'm happy with knowing they're gonna get clapped next week.
Word, like you are playing literally a Super Bowl defending. A team that's literally made it look easy all year, even when they're down, they don't care. Even though Dev doesn't like that. When they're down, they don't care. You are still playing the Kansas
I don't like it neither, but they're the only team I've seen ever is like they could be down, spot a team 21 points.
They don't care.
I think they're gonna win the game.
If they're down by 27, I think that's when they'll go, oh shit, I think we got to turn it on. Like that's how good that team is.
And then be up by 10 by the end of the game.
Yeah, but there was a really sad moment with Marquee Pouncey and Big Ben. They were crying and shit.
Yeah, crying on the side.
You could see it on there. And he was like, "Oh, I wanted to do it for you." Blah 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 blah.
But I love
it's
you.
It's there's a real bond between the two of them. Obviously, Marquise has been his center for what 8-9 years now at this point.
And Pouncey a real one.
10.
Pouncey
10 years. And Pouncey still to this day is one of the best centers in the league.
Yeah.
So, you know, good luck to them. And again, I think we're going to cover this a little bit more in Bag It or Trash It. But, sucks to be a Steelers fan right now. And I guess Cleveland is for you. LeBron's happy. But LeBron's happy with anything. LeBron's the biggest NFL frontrunner on the fucking planet.
Cowboys.
Argue with me. I dare somebody to argue with me.
LeBron is like
LeBron sees one good play and he's like, "That's baby Bron."
He cheers for the Cowboys and the Browns. Like
LeBron is like Drake. Remember how Drake used to be like bandwagon everybody a few years ago?
Oh yeah.
Before he centered on the Raptors, like before he
was on Kentucky's meat.
Right. He was on everybody that wins. He was just like, I love y'all. I'm a big fan. That's how LeBron be acting like. Whoever wins, LeBron be tweeting about it. Yeah, you did it. I love you. If I was there, I would do it too.
He said about players though.
He says it about everybody and every team. Stop defending him.
I'm not though. Like I'm really not though. Like all right, go ahead.
Who slurps more beef? John to Tom Brady or Drew to LeBron?
Go ahead.
Not me. So
it's Drew.
What?
So? I don't know.
John talks about Brady.
I give it to John.
I did not talk about Brown.
John makes love to Tom Brady. Drew gives LeBron fellatio.
Yeah.
See, John the lady, Brady he get a dinner. He get taken out before he do him. LeBron just do Drew dirty. He just like, I'm in town type of shit with Drew.
Yeah, y'all having fun? You having fun? Like, you having fun?
All right. Moving on from the NFL recap, we getting into the honorable mentions. My honorable mention, I got to say it first, because he the only person that deserved this name. Melo.
Love Melo.
Melo. He earned his name.
Melo.
Melo Ball. Congratulations to my guy, Melo Ball, being the youngest player ever NBA to get a triple double. And this ain't the first one. This ain't gonna be the last one.
I'm saying it's definitely not gonna be the last one.
Yeah, talk about me
Throwing
sucking
it
up.
out
You
there.
sucking
Throwing
up
it out there now.
LaMelo
Throwing it
Ball
out there now.
Yes.
Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. Love Melo Ball. Rookie of the year. Stamp it right now.
Sucking up LaMelo Ball right now, son.
Ain't nobody
sucking the ball right now.
Now I'm saying, what you say?
Hey yo, he said sucking the ball right now.
I said,
I'm saying Dev sucking up LaMelo Ball right now. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
We got it. All right. Also, congratulations to Alabama winning
they killed
the college championship.
Monte Smith. Woo.
Yeah.
Problem.
That's my.
Yeah, is he? How is his health at the end of this game? Did anybody? I didn't hear what the final verdict on him was.
But he'll be all right.
Yeah, he hurt his hand. The player, another kid on Alabama got hurt that played.
Now the other kid was playing hurt. His shit was
Right. He had the ankle injury, and everybody was saying don't play, but he played. But they smoked Ohio State. Still, Justin Fields is still that guy, man. Draft stock is still rising for him. They trying to compare him, although he's not. They still talking about his, throwing ability and throwing accuracy, his QB vision, his IQ as a quarterback.
The typical
black quarterback thing.
For the black quarterback.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Vision a little funny.
Right, exactly.
Might not translate. It's always the same shit.
All that good stuff that they
He
do.
He needs to go into the right system with the right coach who's gonna look. I mean, look what Harbaugh's done for Lamar. Look what the enemy and Reed has done for Mahomes. Fit the system around them. Change your offensive, all the plays that Reed was running when he was with McNabb aren't the plays he's running when he was with Mahomes. Right. You know what I mean? Like what Harbaugh was doing with Flacco, he was not doing with Lamar. You know what I mean? Totally different. So it's really about the coach.
Yeah,
so hopefully he goes to the right team, right organization, right coaching staff.
If you draft a QB and you willing to commit, you gotta alter your offense. Don't be
right.
Like that's the QB. That's for your future. Open up the playbook and just go around him. Let him use his strengths, and you work from there. Try to improve everything. That way you can, throw your plays in there too.
Yeah, and that's how you especially in today's time with these athletic QBs who do more than sit in the pocket. You can't keep that traditional, I'm going to make you a pocket passer. Yes, you of course you're going to need a player to be smart enough to be able to see in the pocket, but don't be stubborn like this is how I play, this is how I coach.
Right.
And this is
what
you're
be
going to
Adam
have to come
Gase
into.
is pretty much what you're saying. Don't be Adam Gase.
You got a player that's electrifying. Whatever the player might style be, he might be a pocket passer or whatever. But again, play to the pieces. Play to your QB. He's ultimately the captain of your team, the center of your team. Play to his strengths. Don't be no stubborn asshole and be like, well, I'm going to conform you into this type of QB. Well, that ain't his game. Put the pieces around him. Open your playbook, like Johnny said, and then you have a fucking successful team. Like it's that simple.
But I mean, to that point though, too, if you do see accuracy issues like the Bills saw with Josh Allen, fix that. That's the only thing that you just have to be an accurate quarterback. You don't have to be a pocket quarterback. You can be any kind of quarterback you want. You just need to be fucking accurate and smart with your decisions. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honorable
college. Anybody got anything?
Oh, what you got?
So I'm gonna go on the baseball side of things. First off, I want to start off with RIP Tommy Lasorda, longtime manager of the Dodgers. Fun guy, awesome guy. I mean, see the clips of what he did. Died at 94. Definitely a legend, definitely Hall of Famer. It is what it is. It happens. People die of old age. We have to move on. It is what it is. But shout out to him. Shout out to his family, as David Guetta always says. But the biggest news, DQ. Big news in the MLB.
Mets looking like they're trying to
the New York Mets. They trade
money.
Andres Guillermes, Ahmed Rosario, who was a really good shortstop, but
He was.
we'll get to that.
But as for place,
Josh
I'm
Wolf,
not mad.
Isaiah Green, 4 to the Clevelands. Are they still the Indians? I know they're in the middle of a change.
They're in the middle of a change, but till they change,
I want to be
Indians.
PC, but the
It's
Cleveland's
The
it's
Cleveland
baseball team. Yeah, baseball team.
Nope,
For Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco.
Steal.
Awesome pitcher. I mean, obviously everyone knows who Lindor is. Shout out Puerto Rico, Johnny. Flag your shit, John. Flag your shit, John. Yeah, Puerto Rico, Boricua, ajo, cajo. We can't roll our R's. We're
only
American,
island Johnny
but they don't care about us.
Only island Johnny knows.
So Mets are making moves, and there are talks about them reaching out to the Padres to see if they can get Eric Hosmer, which I think is silly because they don't have a DH, and Pete Alonso is really good. DQ, what do you feel about Eric Hosmer?
I feel like right now with that big transaction, they're just trying to see what else they can do in the time being. Like right now, I feel like they should just focus on. Well, our pitching's always been like okay, but our bullpen is what we need to really focus on because it's the starting pitching stuff like that. But then also, I feel like there's certain positions on the team that how certain teams have that solid person that's always going to be there and be reliable. The Mets really don't have that at any position. I feel
in their lineup or on their pitching rotation. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, like in their lineup, not the pitching rotation. I
would say Alonso. No.
Well, besides Pete at first base, but besides first base, like everything else is like.
So that's my question. If the Mets go out and they go get Eric Hosmer, who's a first baseman, like what do you do with Alonso? Like what is happening? Like why are they going after Hosmer?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
They just probably just want
it's not like this isn't. You're not an American League team. There is no DH.
Yeah, like
no universal DH this year.
They're gonna shift a weaker link to another position, and that's how they're gonna run it. Somebody gonna go to third base.
Yeah,
I could see that. Is Pete athletic enough to play? Yeah, I think
that
he is.
That was the thing.
If he could play third, and Eric, oh man. Not gonna lie, as a Yankee fan, kind of.
Let's just make moves, and we.
It is also but with the trends playing first base then going to third base is way different than going to third base playing first base. So that's something if he isn't or if he is athletic enough, I can see it happening. But if he's not, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, you definitely don't. I think the Mets have always been to me. I don't hate the Mets. I never did. I get what they go through. I get their struggle. I'm a Jet fan. But there's certain Met fans I don't like. I won't mention who they are. But their biggest issue has been injury. When we were kids, that Jose Reyes, David Wright era, Johan Santana era, the Mets were really Carlos Beltran, Carlos Delgado, such a good team, but they were just riddled with injuries. So it's you definitely
if the season where Carlos Beltran and what's it? Mike Cameron Clyde, that fucked that whole season.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, that whole season. Mad collision. But yeah, you would hope that the Mets stay healthy, and it looks like they're making moves. It looks like Uncle Stevie Cohen's shelling out the big bucks. He don't give a fuck. Made a promise to you guys that he was going to turn that organization around, and it looks like he's already on track of doing it. And then on the other side of it, our rivals, Kevin John, the Boston Red Sox are blowing that team up again. Looks like now
they already made the one move. They're going to be back for a few years.
They lost Mookie Betts, obviously, but now there's talks about trading Benintendi. They want him out of there. To the Rangers, the Astros, and there's another team. Can't think of it right now, but it looks like they're full rebuild mode.
Yep, they're going to be back for a few years.
That's good for us.
But one last thing before we get off honorable mentions.
I got a few more things.
Yeah, just baseball stuff.
I want to say I didn't know if we were transitioning, but Bill Belichick declined the Presidential Medal of Honor today.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah. Why? Why would he do that? Can he not reach out to the president? Can he not get in contact with him?
Probably could, but he declined.
And why doesn't he just tweet him?
He can't tweet him.
You can't tweet him.
Instagram DM?
He got no platform.
He ain't got
why don't he get him on Snapchat?
He can't do that.
You gotta hit him up.
I'm not gonna
WhatsApp,
lie.
maybe not even Pinterest. Now they
Facebook?
all that.
Not even that.
What?
Nah.
WhatsApp?
Can
You
go to
might be able to
MySpace.
have that.
I don't know about WhatsApp. Maybe
WhatsApp probably be the only way he can get it.
Probably he can go with WhatsApp.
The
Probably.
WhatsApp on my Facebook, isn't it?
OnlyFans?
I was gonna say, I subscribe.
Probably OnlyFans.
Only that I don't know about
Maybe
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit my boy Tom on MySpace first.
word. Get Tom. Yeah, I don't know. Tom might be the only way he can get into it, get in touch with him because he can't talk to him nowhere else through social media. But in honorable mention, I want to play a game. It's called Where is Watson? Deshaun Watson. We know he's in Texas right now, but where will he be next season? Where do you see? Because obviously he's not happy out there in Houston. He wanted to get out. He didn't. He wasn't consulted with the recent moves in Houston. And as a star player and the face of your franchise, you usually have players like that involved in the movement of pieces when it comes to coaching and management and the GMs and all that stuff, and at least make them aware of what's going on. He hasn't been aware of nothing that's going on, so he's feeling like shit. He feel like they treat him like shit, so he's on the move. There's been talks again about a Tua Watson trade, which I'm for.
That's crazy.
I'm personally for it. I think with Miami
I'm
having that, of course you're not, but I just think with Miami having that third pick, packaging that with Tua and something else.
They're just trading the pick back.
Yeah,
right. That's technically Houston's pick.
Right, but Houston then will have Tua. Like Kev said, shit, go get Devontae from Alabama. Boom, it's a rebuild right there. Y'all set to go. Let's move.
You saying Miami or Houston?
Houston. So
Houston
get Tua, get that third pick back.
Yeah, he gets his old receiver back. Actually, that's a win-win for them.
Everybody wins.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, except for Jet fans. I don't like it.
Who wants to come to the Jets, man? Nobody wants to.
And to be fair, okay, quick. All right, fine. I'll do this real quick. So that being said, there's been talks about Deshaun Watson trying to get out of Houston. He doesn't want to be there anymore. Mostly because he didn't like the situation he was in. There's been a lot of comparisons and there's been a lot of ties, I guess, to Eric Bieniemy and Deshaun Watson. So it's like the way I see things is that wherever Eric Bieniemy goes, Deshaun Watson goes. So Bieniemy was interviewed by the Jets. Speaking of the Jets interviews, we did interview Marvin Lewis, I did mention before. Robert Slay has had his second interview. He's the defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. Do love him. We talked about this a little bit off air. But we'll see where he goes. Joe Brady, Brian DePool, Matt, I don't care, Brandon Staley, Aaron Glenn, Arthur Smith. So the Jets are looking for a good coach, but Eric Bieniemy does want the Jets job. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's going to get traded to the Jets, but that being said, Eric Bieniemy did just interview with Houston this week. So we'll see if that deal gets finalized. So maybe Deshaun will stay if he gets the coach that he wants, because he's been very, very adamant about wanting Eric Bieniemy to be his coach. We did talk about this rule early on when we first started this podcast, the new Rooney rule, what happens when you do hire a minority coach in the NFL. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. I don't want Deshaun Watson to be in the AFC East, and I definitely don't want him to be on the Dolphins. Look, he can go
in the AFC East as long as he's a Jet.
Anywhere else.
He's not a Jet.
Hey, look, I would love that. Do I think it's realistic? No, because I'm a realist. I don't think that's realistic. Unless, of course, Eric Bieniemy gets the Jets job.
He gets the job that traded the second pick in Darnold and something else.
I'll take it.
Man,
possible.
Deshaun ain't coming to fucking New York, man. Sorry.
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be
for me.
That's the coach he wants to play for, so he can force.
That's the coach. Again, it's all on Deshaun. Deshaun has a no trade clause. He's only going to go where he wants to go.
That's the coach you want to play for, but it's the fucking Jets.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but it's Eric Bieniemy.
Listen, if he wins with the Jets, that's only going to add to his resume and improve it.
Exactly. You win a championship in New York, you are a legend. That's why I said if the Brooklyn Nets win a goddamn championship,
But it's
for the first time since 2011, I'm going to kill myself. They're a New Jersey team. Go back to New Jersey. Nobody wants to hear it.
It's the Jets. The Shine
Hey, the Jets and the
Miami,
Giants are also New Jersey teams. But we won't talk about that.
All they ass is. But also in football, Doug Peterson was fired from the Eagles.
Another New York Jets tie.
So also Dan Quinn was hired on the Cowboys as their defensive coordinator, which I think is actually a great fit for him. Like, I actually like that. He's had he's been most successful as a DC, like
Legion of Boom.
With the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the Legion of Doom, not the Legion of Boom he's going to coach.
No, but he has some pieces over there, and he's more fit to be a defensive coordinator. Even with Atlanta, they had a great defense that one year that they lost, but it didn't work out. I think it's a good spot for him.
When it all goes bad, it's gonna be on his ass. I'll see when they say it. The Cowboys, the accident waiting to happen, and we shall see.
Stephen A. really hates the Cowboys. We
shall see. And also, where's Kyrie, man? Kyrie been gone for personal reasons. We know he was just recently caught sightseeing. He was at a birthday party for his sister or something. No max on. He's been out of sports for the last couple of weeks. He's going to be out now because they've seen him without a max. So if he was to try to come back now, then he'll have to go through the COVID protocol. DQ, I want to throw this question to you. Is this a bad sign for Brooklyn with Kyrie being Kyrie, just being, I don't know what to call it, just being Kyrie?
It absolutely is, but I'm not surprised by this at all. Like, Kyrie, ever since like Kyrie left Cleveland because he wanted to be the number one guy, he's been acting like an asshole the entire time. So I'm not surprised by this one bit. His antics don't surprise me at all.
Drew, do you think this affects Nets' chances at winning or even appearing in the NBA Finals?
You got Spencer Dinwiddie out, and you got Kyrie being Kyrie. It's a problem. I've been told you that Kyrie is that X factor. He is going to be the reason this can go wrong and this can go right. And it's being compounded that Spencer Dinwiddie is out for the season, so they don't even got Spencer to fall back on, bro. Yeah. So this is spiraling out of control. Like, if they don't get Kyrie back, remember they say he missed 3 games, and
he told the players that he was out dealing with some personal. He didn't tell the coaching
or no management saying I'm going to miss the game.
No management.
No nothing. Like, so it's strike one. You missed 3 games. You're about to miss this one, and you're about to miss the whole week, even because they're investigating is this party recent. So you're going to miss this week. So you missed 6 games. That's 6 games you missed already, and that's not even telling the future of what's going to happen with you. Like, it's already looking bad.
John,
I knew this already.
John, before we move on, what you think about the Kyrie situation?
Honestly, he when he was playing, he was killing. Kyrie. He's gonna miss games. He'll be back. He'll be back. You gotta you just gotta deal with it. He is a player that's talented enough where you could deal with it. It's like,
okay. All right.
Let it rock. Whatever going on with Kyrie is going on with Kyrie, but it's still Kyrie at the end of the day. If you want Kyrie on the court, and when he's on the court, he's going to deliver.
You can't let it rock when Spencer Dinwiddie was out there balling. But you can't let it rock. That's 2 of your stars. Yeah, Kyrie is.
Still got KD, and look what KD did tonight. So it's still.
All right, but that's along the whole season. That's just one game, though.
Yeah, I mean we will see. I can't say on behalf of the Nets even when KD was out due to COVID a few games ago, Nets were holding it down. Joe Harris was playing good. Their team was working well. They need to work on their defense. They don't play defense well. They allow a lot of rebounds. But you got KD out there. Hopefully, Kyrie can be a poison, but hopefully that doesn't take over the team. I still got them out the East, but we shall see. Anything else before we move on to Bag of the Trash? Any other honorable mentions?
Nah, I think we can move on to Bag of the
All
Trash.
right, let's move on. All right, that is, in case you missed it, we're moving on to Bag of the Trash. Now, first question of Bag of the Trash is a very interesting question. So, a few days ago, a photo went viral. Here's a photo here, and it stated the 4 most influential players in basketball history. They had Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James, right? So, photo went viral, and it got to me, and I had a lot of conversations with people in regards to if someone should have been added or someone should have been subtracted from this list. Now, when it comes to the 4, I believe a person that's missing is Allen Iverson when it comes to influence on the game of basketball. So, and people were saying, like, who would you take from here? A lot of people were saying take Steph. A lot of people saying take LeBron. But mostly, when it comes to the pure accolades of the game, a lot of people saying get rid of Kobe.
What?
Now with that.
What?
With that, that started another debate too, because people like Kobe, hiking up, Mamba mentality. You can't take Kobe. So here's the Bag of the Trash question. Drew, I'm gonna go to you first.
Because I can understand you. Because
Bag of the Trash is Allen Iverson more influential to basketball than Kobe Bryant?
Basketball, I'll say trash it because Allen Iverson culturally around basketball changed how the braids, tattoos, the way how people dress in the NBA back in the day before that whole dress code shit that totally rocked. That was all Allen Iverson. He laid that groundwork for everybody because he was out there like playing like when he say like brought rap culture or hip hop culture into the league, that was Allen Iverson. That was Allen Iverson all the way. So yes, I'm gonna say that.
So you trashing it, but you do recognize a lot of what Allen Iverson has brought.
I'm gonna bag it.
Oh, so you bag it? Okay, I thought you
definitely trashed that first. That's all right.
Yeah.
My fault.
Okay.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
All right, Eddie, bag it or trash it.
So I'm gonna trash it because I don't agree with removing Kobe, right? So the reason why you don't remove Kobe is like let's not talk about the sneakers, let's not talk about like the influence that he had. It's just straight up like a mentality that has now existed because of him. Now people like Mamba mentality is like a thing now, like in all aspects of everything, not just sports.
Everything.
Like if you are like selling penny stocks in Wall Street,
that's a Mamba
and you're
mentality.
hustling hard. That's Mamba mentality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you changing tires for a living. That's Mamba mentality. Right. You are like Drew at Home Depot saying, "What's up? How you doing? Plumbers in aisle 4." That's Mamba mentality. Drew works on that every single day. He stays overnight, works 60 hours a week, learning where everything is in every aisle, knows every new item that comes in. Mamba mentality.
You know all the SKU numbers to everything.
Knows all
the SKU. Wow.
So I don't think you remove Kobe, and I don't want to disrespect Steph, and I think we're actually going to kind of get to it. But yeah, did he influence and change basketball? Sure. This guy could literally hit a 3 from like just checking the ball in from like not even half court. Like you could even put that shit. I think he could make a basket from like 80 yards out. No problem. I know I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but Steph can hit from anywhere. But to Drew's point, where Allen Iverson like changed the culture of the NBA, like changed the dress codes, the braids, the headbands, the tattoos, just the straight up swagger and like just the confidence and that nasty rugged cockiness. Like so, unfortunately, because Kobe is in this conversation, To me, that's bigger, and also what he's done for the WNBA, and then some. You know, from a guy that went from 8. It's everything he did. You know, so for me,
you gotta run that take back. You
Run that
that.
back because he was out.
But anyway, from everything that Kobe has done, and now obviously with his death, it's kind of heightened it a little bit more too. Right. So that's where you kind of have to even give a little bit more to Kobe, because especially what he did for the younger players. Like you see what happened to Devin Booker and Trae Young when they got the news. These guys are young; they watched Kobe. I don't think Allen Iverson has that reach on those guys the way that he does, and I think that's mostly because he's just not involved in basketball as much as he used to be. I think he just kind of really chills with the old heads, but Kobe was really like in the young guns' ears, like with them, training with them.
Right.
Mamba Academy, dog. Like they ain't no Iverson Academy. And again, like it's not fair to Iverson. I don't want to disrespect Iverson. I want to give him his flowers, but
he has his own high school All-Star game every year. Sure.
But there's not players in the NBA right now that are like repping Allen right now. And again, will we know if he?
Well, we ain't gonna know because Allen Iverson ain't dead. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's what I said. That's why I knocked on wood.
People don't appreciate you to die anyway.
He's a legend.
All right, so
Drew, Allen Iverson at all costs.
DQ, bag of the trash.
I'm gonna have to. So the question is Allen Iverson more influential than Kobe? Yeah. Or it's a question. So I'm gonna have to bag it. I'm gonna have to bag it because simply based on the fact that when you're they were drafted in 1996, 1997, like that year, right? So people our age gonna understand that Kobe didn't take off right away. AI was already like a star player on Philly for years before Kobe's fame pretty much took off before his first championship. He was already the leader of that team. Like, based on the culture of basketball, like he inspired little like undersized players everywhere. And AI didn't lift weights apparently. So like all that shit that Kobe was doing, like becoming the Mamba mentality, like AI didn't have to do it. He had that shit naturally. Yeah. He had the competitive nature. He had the style, the swagger, like his influence over the NBA is clear now because everyone in the fuck NBA has tattoos. Everyone in NBA has braids again because of AI. Like you can't say that's not the reason why. You can't tell me, oh, these niggas got braids now because it's just a cool thing to do. Like no, like AI, like it's the reason why everyone in NBA had braids for a minute. Yeah. And like honestly, and that of that list of 4 people, I'm gonna have to take off Steph because Steph is only for the past probably Steph didn't really take off until like 2013 when Mark Jackson it was his last year after that first championship, but he's only transcending the game in one aspect. And just like
the game is in his image, right?
I mean, I'm about to say the game is playing the way it do to him.
Yeah, I understand it, but based on that, that's just one aspect of the game. That's just like just playing a little beyond your range of the 3-point
one
line.
aspect, but everybody's playing like that. Everybody's just shooting threes. That's just the game.
But at the same time, like there's still athletes who still know how. You still have to have those skills, but besides shooting 3-pointers, you still have to have the skill set to go into the rack, go to the paint, have a mid-range jump shot, and if you don't have that, you're not a complete player. Even though Steph does have that, I have to take him off simply with the fact that only as the past few years that the game's in his image, yes, but like it hasn't always been that way. Like before that, like if you didn't play like you had like players like LeBron, Kobe, and like an AI who literally were the guys in that era of that time. So if you ask any kid who's like born in the 90s, like from probably like 97 to like 2005, your favorite player was AI or Kobe. But I'm saying like you can't say right now, if you ask me right now who's your favorite player, not many people are going to say Steph. I promise you that.
All right, John, back of the trash.
I'm not gonna lie, this is tough because they're both very, very influential. But I'm gonna trash it, not just because Kobe's my guy, but I feel like AI's like he basically shifted the culture and everything. Like his influence on the culture was big also, and he was one of the all-time great. But I feel like with Kobe, as he played throughout his career, he really didn't everybody knew he was good. But when it came to like other stuff, he wasn't as appreciated. I feel like once Kobe retired, his influence became a little more because he started.
Right.
He wasn't really like he did the interviews and stuff, but he wasn't outgoing. And also maybe the allegations that he faced played a role. But once he retired,
Right.
he was talking,
doing the movies.
He had the ESPN Plus show where he was breaking down people's games.
Right. Yeah.
He has an Oscar.
Yeah, that too. Also, he was doing the thing on Twitter where he was giving players challenges. I want you to do this. He challenged Giannis to win an MVP before Giannis won an MVP. So I feel like as playing throughout his career, he was very influential because that was a lot of people's favorite players. But throughout his playing career, I think AI was above him. But once Kobe retired, I feel like his influence took obviously the Mamba mentality
became
Mamba mentality actually took off.
I feel like once he retired, they was producing, that was the brand, like we're pushing Mamba mentality. So I feel like his shit skyrocketed after he retired. I think if it would have both happened simultaneously, I'd have been no doubt Kobe would have been the most influential ever, but obviously it didn't work that way.
Yeah.
And also his impact on WNBA, Kobe was one of the main people trying to help the WNBA when he got a chance and all that stuff. But that's my take on it. I feel like when he retired, everything it got boosted. Obviously, now that he passed, unfortunately, some people might say his death might also skyrocket his influence on the game in the world. But I feel like once he did that 60 game, Mamba out, Mamba out, and then everything after that till he passed, boosted his influence to a high state. That's my take on it.
All right, Kev, bag of the trash.
I'm gonna trash it, mainly because I definitely agree with Johnny, but I agree with DQ at the same time as far as everybody, as far as AI is like bringing the culture to the game and having our culture just be on blast. Like it was no better feeling than watching AI like yo, he looked like how I look, goofy out here with oversized shirts on, but that was it at that time. And then to agree with DQ, the person that I would take off the list, just so we can have it balanced out and AI be on it, would definitely be Steph. And the end
AI
of my
definitely
take,
deserves to be on that list, though. I don't know how they take AI out. He has to be on that list.
Yeah, he definitely does. But what Drake said, you gotta make friends with Mike, but you gotta AI him for your survival. AI need to be on that list because he was not afraid, bro.
Yeah.
In the media and on the court, not afraid.
I'm gonna just clean it up. Tough question again, and
that's what I'm saying. This is a tough question
because of how it was limited to 4. I have to bag it off the strength of that, and I don't want to be the person that say it. First off, Kobe became a whole lot more influential once he retired. His game became a whole lot more, although we know Kobe is one of the GOATs, but him as a personality and a person, really became the big brother once he retired.
Yeah, he was Michael when he played, and he became, I guess, Magic when he retired.
I don't even know what
Magic was nice.
Yeah, because think about it, like with the whole Kobe thing. Like Kobe became way more influential after he retired, but if you ask any his teammates before he was really successful after all those Lakers championships, Kobe was an asshole apparently.
Yeah,
he didn't loosen up until he realized he had influence, and then he had he realized his influence meant something to people pretty much. But at the same time, Kobe was also the type of person who didn't like lazy motherfuckers around him. So I understand why he was an asshole to
Yeah,
people.
all I'm saying is,
Yeah, basically Kobe's drive was basically if you're not. His drive was like, if I could work hard, you could do it too. And if I see you not working as hard as me, like,
I'm gonna call you out. But I look at it like, again, Kobe as a player, we know he's one of the GOATs. But when it comes to influence, we've only had a short time with him. When it comes to him being the big brother, being the influencer, because unfortunately, due to his timely death. And I don't want to be the person like, only reason why we untimely death, right? Only reason why we saying this is because he's dead, but unfortunately, we really don't recognize people and what they contribute to our lives, unfortunately, until they're gone. And again, me and John, we talked about this. We all talked about it when we heard about Kobe dying, how it affected us. Like damn, it's Kobe. Like,
all of us.
Like even for me, like for me, like it was weird because growing up, like I wasn't allowed to technically be a Kobe fan because like of like me being a Knicks fan and my uncle like telling me like you don't like the Lakers aren't the team we're supposed to like. But at the same time, if I just took aspects of Kobe's like hard work ethic and took applied to my life, I'll probably been straight. But my thing was I was also a kid that didn't. I was always a person that was a fan of liking the superstar players because that's what everyone else liked. Yeah. I was like that. My favorite player is Jamal Crawford because I felt like he was always that person that was underrated, but could also contribute to anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying in regards to the question, I think AI is more influential because I feel like I can see AI's influence on the game.
Yeah, you can literally.
Like I can, like when and I'm looking at the people on the list. I feel like Kobe is like one of those wise people that you can hear about the conversations people had and how personal his influence was on people. But I feel like when it comes to seeing influence, I can see Iverson's more in regards to the culture of in the NBA, bringing black culture and hip hop culture to the NBA. The scoring guard, the scoring small guard, we like his play style is still apparent in today's modern ball, the street ball style that we see a lot of with the smaller guards, with the the John Walls, the Russell Westbrooks, the John Morants, the D Rose in his primes. These are all babies and predecessors of the AI play style. So I feel like I can still see AIs, whether people know it or not, whether people even pay enough attention to see it. I feel like from the personalities, from all that pretty much started with AI just not being afraid to be himself and giving players the courage to just be themselves and not be these fucking blue collar type or these white collar, like I gotta be Mr. Presentable. No, I'm not your role model type shit. Like I'm just a regular person. I play ball. Like all of that cultural as well as his play style, I feel like you still see it on the game. Unfortunately, we lost Kobe. So right now, I think we still in the moment is like, damn, we lost Kobe. And I'm pretty sure if we've had more time with him, then to me, and it's only my opinion, then the influence will be out of this world. Because again, like Ed said, Mamba mentality, you apply that shit to everywhere, like everything. But when it comes to influence in the game, basketball game now in the NBA that I see, I feel like I see more AI's influence without people even knowing it than I do Kobe Bryant. Again,
those are two of the most influential players.
And it's no
our
wrong
generation too.
Yeah,
our generation.
It's no wrong answer because again, y'all took Steph out, but the game is in Steph's image. Like let's keep it about this last decade belongs to Steph.
And when I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the culture,
I just couldn't. I can't. You can't take Jordan off.
Right.
Yeah.
MJ culture.
Yeah, you can't take LeBron off. As much hate as he gets, universally,
LeBron is. He's on the list because of how he's giving players the power in regards to controlling their destiny, making players really be responsible in how they make their professional moves and shit like that, and then. The stretch. LeBron being that big guy who does everything, and you see a lot of these big motherfuckers who want to do everything and shit. So I feel like with that, it got to be 5, but they only put 4 on it. But them, where AI has to be a part of this group, I'm just saying.
No, and cut me off if I'm wrong. I do just want to make one last point, right? So early on, we did cover The Last Dance on this podcast. So I think on the Kobe side of things, I feel like, with maybe some influence of MJ, maybe, we don't know what their personal relationship was like. Maybe they did talk, but we saw like graphically that like Jordan regretted who he was when he played.
Right.
You could see you could see what it turned into. Like who Jordan is now, and what he looked back on. And I think maybe he reflected that on Kobe, or maybe Kobe saw that at the tail end of Jordan's career, and Kobe thought, I don't want to be that. So that's where he became, Mamba mentality, Mamba Academy, and you trained up all these young bucks, and again,
it was nothing for him to gain anymore. Like, I'm at the end of my career,
and then
why not pass the knowledge?
For the LeBron, I want to kind of compare LeBron and Iverson a little bit here to where we talked a little bit about how Iverson changed the game with the outfits and the braids and the tattoos and his style of play, and like what you said about Westbrook, what you said about John Wall, what you said about all these players that are influenced by his play. I think LeBron kind of saw that part of it where he's just like, I'm gonna be there for everybody as well. I think what Iverson did for the NBA PA, which is probably one of the best players associations, like league-wide. We talk about this all the time, how they have the best commissioner, they have the best players association, because they're not it's not about the team, it's about the players. It's about the guys that, do what they do, right? So to me, it's like LeBron does that as well. So to the point where Jordan and Jordan and Kobe influenced the players and how to do things after the fact, and how Iverson and LeBron do it now.
Right. All right, but that's how I take it. Shit, again, it's a great conversation. We could talk all day about it, but Kev wants us to move on. So, his soft self. But next up, speaking about the most influential players to ever play the game, we're speaking about Steph Curry. Although the Warriors ain't what the Warriors been, at the end of the day, Steph is Steph Curry. So bag of the trash it, kick it off to you first, Ed. Bag of the trash it. Is Steph Curry the greatest shooter of all time?
That kick can hit from anywhere, right? Like,
pretty much.
I kind of like. There is a Reggie Miller. There is Ray Allen. There are lots of players, but it's different. It's a different league now. Okay. Yeah. I'll bag it today. You asked me like 10, 15 years ago, and Curry played. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll have to bag it. I can't. The kid just can shoot from literally anywhere. And I don't know a lot of players that can make that shot consistently. Like, now you talk about clutch player, clutch shooter. I'm not ready to have that conversation.
Right. Steph Curry is still that.
No, I know he's there, but
all right, Drew.
There are guys that were there before him.
Drew, bag of the trash it.
This is a fucking tough question because
you always jumping in, but how you always, it's tough when it comes to you. You always jumping in other people's take, but then when it comes to you, I got to think.
It was on the tail end. It was on the tail end. I'm gonna say bag it. I'm gonna bag it, but it's hard, but I'm gonna bag it. All right, you got it.
Well, this question's not tough at all, but
this question is tough. I saw Reggie Miller's. Reggie Miller scored like fucking 8 points in like 32 seconds. Like, come on.
T-Max scored 13 in 8 seconds.
You gotta consider. There's a lot of players to consider, but like again, we talked about how he changed the game. Like, Reggie Miller didn't change the game.
He changed it.
He was the game.
Nah.
Just go with your take, Drew. Go with your feel.
All right, Drew is bagging it. Kev, bagging the trash it.
Trash it.
At this point, I'm a bag it as well, man.
Ooh, surprising.
And Steph has got years to play, so I think he's gonna be kind of like Nah, can't even say that. I feel like he's gonna finish with way more chips than we could think of. Like, I feel like he's gonna finish with at least how many he has now? 3?
Three.
How many
He's
scoring
gonna
titles does he have?
he's
Though?
gonna
That's
finish
Zero.
with
I think
6.
I won. Score
That's
title.
it.
I feel like he could.
One
I
or
feel like he
two.
could finish with 6 or 7,
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
and finish with all the scoring and with the all-time 3-point title and all that shit.
Right.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's only got one.
All right, DQ. Back of the trash.
I am going to trash it simply for the fact that Steph Curry is well aware of who the two people in front of him are, because as a child he's seen these motherfuckers shoot and
Who,
they
Dale
influenced
Curry?
him. No. It's Dražen Petrovic and Maoub Abdul Rauf. Those are the two best shooters ever. Those two guys right there. Maoub Abdul Rauf, formerly known as Chris Jackson, he was a blackball for the NBA, so you didn't really see him shine too much.
Big three.
But his
He's
like,
cooking at big three.
Yo, he was cooking, but like the way he describes and shows you how to shoot is so simple. Like he makes it really make you understand the art of shooting. And someone like Steph Curry absorbed that when he was younger. But Dražen Petrovic, his shit was so lethal. Yeah, Jordan shook in the 90s. So that shit, like, bro, his shit was lethal. Like, but I'm at the trash it just for. I'll trash it based on the fact that not a lot of people are aware of those two people exist, but I'm going to bag it based on people who who don't fucking do the Googles.
Right. All right, John, bag of the trash.
I'm bagging it, but those two were great shooters. Unfortunately, their careers were cut short. One in the tragic car accident in his homeland, and other one blackball. But I'm not gonna lie, there's no question Curry's the best shooter. Like, what are we talking about here? Curry
made 100. Like, I seen him at 120 something threes in a row from the corner. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the hardest, and again, one of the hardest spots to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
It's
Curry. Like, come on, Curry.
And like he does like those like weird like where he like he looks like he's falling and he gets stuck in midair and he still drills them.
Cause that's what he does. That's what the best shooter.
It's crazy
Ever. Like, come on now.
That's the epitome of like
his
like when
memory.
you play pickup basketball and like all the dudes are like, nah, that's off, and he never makes it.
right.
I feel like Curry always goes, that's off, but it makes it every time.
His muscle memory is like on some like it's on like ultra instinct. Like he doesn't know when to just let go.
Right.
Splash. Like it's insane.
Yeah,
that's all I
again,
know.
bagging it. We are playing it. We are watching basketball in his image.
You know what's the crazy part? You know who he's in competition with? And anybody else named. He's in competition with his teammate because Clay shoot better than
Clay.
Right.
Here's the you know what the fun thing is? It's the funniest stat I've ever heard. So, as you all know, Kelly Oubre is a new member of
I know.
Yeah, I know what stat you about to say.
This nigga literally they're on the lower percentile of
19th in NBA.
Yeah.
19th. But if this nigga Kelly Oubre didn't shoot one shot, these motherfuckers will be second. That's that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know what's even crazier? So I just wanted to look up who was the highest 3-point shooting percentage in the NBA of all time.
Kyle Korver.
You guys want to take a guess who that person is?
Is it Kyle Korver?
Nope.
Robert Horry.
Nope.
No, Rob.
Somebody trash that only shot the ball like 3 times.
He coaches Steph Curry.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, 4.54 percentage from 3.
Yeah, Kerr was nice.
Career average.
Yeah, Kerr was nice too. All I'm saying is, bag it. We are watching basketball in his image. Everybody plays the way they play because of him. And again, we see the takes. We see how his little pregame stuff he does. It's just out of this world what this kid is able to do. It's just it's crazy. So definitely bagging that. Moving on. Now, we going to the NFL. As we all know, Washington football team lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was made for an entertaining game. Washington has been having issues all around from upper management, from just all over the team. The organization is a mess. Alex Smith got robotic legs. Dwayne Haskins just got released. Just, cut. QB position has been pretty much in the air. But a young shining spot they had this last week was this kid, Taylor Heineke. And so everybody's bagging for him. Everybody's on Twitter like, give him a bag, give him a contract, do right by this kid. So Bag of the Trash, Kev, going to you first. Bag of the Trash.
Gotcha. What the fuck are we talking about?
It's Taylor Heineke, Washington QB of the future.
My man Cass said, "Trash it. Fuck you talking about."
Let me get.
So who's gonna be their quarterback next?
Let me get the question for our listeners first off.
You asked me already.
I didn't get it out so the listeners can hear the question, but you said it before because you already know it, dickhead. Bag of the Trash it is Taylor Heineke, Washington's QB of the future.
Trash it. What the fuck are we talking about?
So who's it gonna be?
Right.
Bro, it might be Sam Darnold, bro, or Carson Wentz, but it ain't who.
Carson ain't going nowhere.
Shit, Cam Newton. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ain't gonna be no Cam. Cam ain't
you
going
saying
nowhere.
something. At this point,
I remember Coach Cam Newton, though. Remember that. They have a relationship.
Ryan Fitzpatrick could be that.
Right. All right, so that's Cam take, guys.
We put Fitzpatrick on 2 teams already.
So,
that's crazy.
Eddie.
I'm gonna grab him up.
Eddie, Bag of the Trash.
I am a fucking slave of the moment. I just love that. Look, okay, guys. This is a podcast started during quarantine. These are just guys from college that always talk shit about sports in group chats and always blasted each other and always made fun of each other and always made takes and always watched ESPN and shit like this and watched all these dudes take our takes that we had mentioned previously before, even though they have no way to track our phones, even though the government is tracking our phones. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm bagging it. I'm a slave of the moment, man. Like, I'm allowed to say that, yeah, I look, do I think he's going to be the future? No. Do I think you give him a contract? Not a big contract. You give him a contract to attempt to win the starting job for next season. Whatever you put on him, you're not going to give him a lot of money. You know, it's not like you're paying him Patrick Mahomes money. You're not paying him Deshaun Watson money. You're not paying him what Dak Prescott deserves kind of money. You're paying him little, and it's house money. If the kid turns out to be really, really good, then you give him a big contract.
Right.
You know, if he takes you to a playoff again and actually wins you a game in the playoffs, then you pay him the big money. But take a fucking shot. What do you got to lose? Washington is what 6th in the draft this year. So the quarterbacks that you would want to get are probably
Washington's higher than that.
Higher than that?
Yeah.
Washington's way higher than that. Washington's like 23rd or 20th pick.
Playoffs, remember that.
Oh, that's right. They made the playoffs. That sucks for them. I figured with the 7-9 record, they wouldn't get that far.
Yeah, they got like 23rd or 22nd.
So either way, you're not going to get a quarterback in the draft, in the first round at least, like one of these top guys. Are you going to find you're not going to find an Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, a Russell Wilson, a Dak Prescott. You're not going to find one of these guys. If you do, you do. But at least give this kid a chance to compete for the job. So can he be the future? Bag it. Will he be? Right. I don't know.
Drew, Bag of the Trash.
Now that Ed actually talked, because I was going to definitely trash that shit, but I can see them giving him a shot. Just like Ed said, I can see him give him a contract for this year, see how things work out. If he bowls out, then yeah. If he fizzles out, no. But it's a wait. I can see next season is gonna be a wait and see. They'll give him a trial run for next season. Yeah. So I'll bag it in that aspect.
All right, John.
I'm gonna trash it, but he does deserve a shot. He played himself into an opportunity at a chance to start, but I don't think he's their QB for the future.
Gotcha. All right, DQ.
What Johnny said, exactly what Johnny said.
Exactly what Johnny said. Again, I'm a bag it based on the fact that Johnny said gave himself an opportunity, and then I look at the market. Ain't much out there. Ain't nothing that's crazy out there. That's you can't miss. Maybe if Dak leave Dallas somehow,
Bro's only 27. I feel like his
Like,
age is helping. And the fact he
Another
hasn't played
interesting
that.
QB that might be available, but I don't know if people want to trade for that money. Derek Carr, because I heard Gordon looking for Mariota.
And
So,
so I was gonna say,
real
Dak is
quick
the only
fact
one
check.
that will get a bag, and everybody else is like, they're not going to really give a bag anyway. So it's like,
So
why not give him a chance?
current free agents going into the 2020-21 season. Dak Prescott, because he's still not signed. You would assume he's going to get big money for a team that actually wants him. Washington could be a good fit if they do get Dak Prescott, then throw away everybody's takes. Phillip Rivers, Jameis Winston, Geno Smith, Tyrod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Cam Newton, Mitchell Trubisky, Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco, Brian Hoyer. Who?
So that's what I'm saying. It ain't nobody that's crazy like, yo, we need him to start to get our team going. So, like, why not give a kid a chance? And then put somebody else that can compete with him that give him but you still giving him a chance to win that starting spot. But ain't nobody crazy. Other than Dak, I don't think anybody has shown to be like, oh, that's the guy we got to run out and get coming up into this next season. So I bag it, get that kid a chance. Last and bag of the trash, we saw what happened with the Steelers. They beat up they old, and it ain't looking good for them. So bag of the trash. DQ to you first. Bag it or trash it. Should the Steelers blow up their team?
Blow it up. Blow it all the way the fuck up. But yeah, like this season like proves that like, yeah, you can start out really good, but you have to make sure you fucking finish. Like, all that shit they did in the beginning of the season is pretty much pointless at this point.
I mean, not a damn thing. Don't mean shit.
It didn't mean shit because they just they squandered the opportunity to do something in the playoffs by this. I feel like they just like they took the Browns as a joke pretty much, as if the Browns weren't already on a decent like winning playing pretty well before the game this weekend. I'm like that's what the fuck they get. So everything they start fresh, trade Juju's bum ass to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Tell that nigga stop dancing and like do some other shit with his life because he's not a great wide receiver currently. They get rid of someone they thought was a cancer, and this dude hasn't even had one game over 100 yards since the nigga left, and now that dude's in the playoffs busting ass with another great quarterback.
Right.
So,
AB, I care. Bag of the trash. Should Steelers blow up the team?
Yeah. I definitely think so. I mean, there's a few players on there that deserve to go somewhere that they can at least see some success right away, like Juju, James Conner. I mean, given his situation, not all the time do you stay in remission. I feel like he might want to go somewhere where, he'll get more touches.
Yeah.
Who else? Don't they got a high end?
You kind of jumped the gun on me a little bit, but I appreciate it, Kev. Bud Dupree is also unrestricted free agent who, went down this year, but is
who's that nice DB that they got? Mika, yeah.
No, Minka's good. He's got one more year before he needs to resign, or they could also franchise tag him, so he's fine.
Well, Kev said like move
they could pack him in a trade.
Yeah, right.
Oh, move him. Yeah. So I was just looking at their free agents. Anthony Villanueva, who is their starting right tackles, also are unrestricted free agent.
He deserves
both of their centers are their backup centers are unrestricted free agents. Vance McDonald, their tight end, who doesn't really matter because they do have Ebron. And then there was
he's old.
Shit. Sean Davis, Jordan Dangerfield, their safety. So a lot of their starters are mostly on the defensive side are going to be unrestricted free agents with the two big offensive names, Juju and James.
So Kev, you bagged it. Eddie, you bagging it or trashing it?
I'm going to bag it too, man. I hate the Steelers. I've always hated the Steelers. They've ruined my life. I do like Chase Claypool. I do like TJ Watt. I would love Bud Dupree to play for anybody else. But the Steelers have been breaking my heart for as long as I can remember. So any bad things that happen to them will make me feel better. Good luck finding a quarterback. It's very, very hard to do. Good luck building that team. Sorry, Kev. I know he's your doppelganger, but you got a tough road in 2022.
All right, Drew, bag it or trash it.
Blow it up.
Blow up the Steelers.
I'm gonna trash it because I think they only really need a. I think I'm gonna because they only really need a few. Like the running game, they need to get better in the running game, and they just need to find a good successor for Ben Roethlisberger. I think.
Drew, just real quick, I don't want to cut you off, but we did mention all their free agents this year. James Conner being one of them, Juju being another one offensively.
If they leave during free agency, like I can kind of see that, but like, what if they? I mean, like, are they? Is there a lock to like? Are they going to leave? Like, that's the question. Like,
that's what we're asking. Should they not sign them?
Right? Should they just blow it up, start over, let the players go, start with the new pieces and the fresh pieces that they got, build from there. Get rid of the old, bring in some new, start anew.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of see. Okay, then I kind of see that. Then I'll change to trash it because I
trash it.
You trashed it already.
No.
So you gonna bag it?
Bag it. My bad. I'm bagging it then. Yeah. Okay, so I changed it then.
All right.
Yeah.
His takes sound like you gotta hold your toddler's hand across the street and shit. Devin's coaching him through it.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, John.
Because we do this podcast on Zoom, some of my favorite things to do is to pin Drew's videos when he does his takes, and it's the fucking greatest. I recommend you all do
it. John.
Oh, I am trashing it. Like, realistically, they have all the pieces. It's just the most important piece is a little older and doesn't seem like, still has a little bit, but I don't think he has enough left in the tank to take them to the next level. So I don't say blow it up. I say they hope Big Ben retires and they go for his heir apparent and get lucky in draft, or make a move and get a QB in that system, and they should be fine. I think that's the main thing they need to replace. Is Big Ben. Other than that, keep the team.
All right, I'm a bag it. Again, Big Ben being a part of that blow up. Get rid of. They got a lot of people in free agency. I don't think Juju's that good of a player. I think there's a possibility of getting somebody better than him. Unfortunately, James Conner is, dealing with what he's dealing with, so he's injury prone, but he hasn't produced much either. So, offense, the running back, they need somebody there. The offense needs besides Claypool, the offense needs a tune-up. And with that, it'll change the identity. So ultimately, that is a blow-up because you'll be completely changing the identity of their offense and their team. So especially when we get rid of Big Ben. So I bag it on that strength because they need to do something different and get rid of those type of pieces and get a QB in that can actually throw the Claypool and make him the star that we see that he can be because he's really nice. Get a solid back in there and just put some fresh pieces on that offense. So I bag it off the strength of that. But that's back to trash it. We moving on. Marquee Misses. This is Drew's baby. We're starting off in the NBA. We're going to do our Marquee Miss game and player for this upcoming week in the NBA. And then we'll do the NFL Marquee Miss player solely because of the limited games that we're in the Divisional Round. So, Drew, kick us off with your Marquee Miss NBA player and game.
Well, my NBA game is going to be on Sunday, the Sixers versus the Thunder. And my Marquee Miss player for that game is going to be Lorenzo Dort. And, yeah, so that was my pick.
All right, Johnny.
It's Lorenzo, but I know what you're talking about. It's Dort, but it's not Lorenzo.
Dort.
All right, John. Yeah,
it's
NBA Marquee.
What's his first name? I thought it was Lorenzo.
No, it's not Lorenzo. I'll tell you right now. Give me a second.
All right.
Okay, so DQ.
It's Lugans. It's Lugans Dort. Lugan
Dort. Marquee Miss player NBA and game NBA.
Marquee player in game. So I'm going to. Well, since my guys are on a slide, and the Nets are currently at 500, I have to pick the Nets versus Knicks tomorrow. And my player, I'm going to
The episode don't air to Thursday. Anything from Thursday on back.
Okay, my bad. Let me go. Give me a second.
As you guys know, we shoot on Tuesday, but the episode airs on Thursday. So anything from Thursday and beyond is a fitting Marquee
My
Miss.
fault, bruh. You know what? Let me get
A number 2 with fries.
let me get the Warriors versus Suns.
Warriors versus Suns. And who is your Marquee Miss player, NBA?
My Marquee Miss player, I'm going to pick Kelly Oubre simply for the fact that I want to see if he still continues to mess up this slump he's in with 3-pointers.
All right. Kev,
You know,
Marquee Miss NBA player in game.
My Marquee Miss game is the Hornets Raptors game. I believe that's on Thursday.
Yeah, you will be correct. That's Thursday at 7:30.
And then my Marquee Miss player is gonna be Austin Rivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nick's Tate.
He's balling.
Yeah, he is.
his girlfriend got me tight though. This bitch gonna get mad because he want to go. He want to go work out on his day off. That's his job. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, his girl was ready to spaz. She told him she wanted him to stay home. He wanted to go pick up some games.
Man, that's his job. Like he.
You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. You heard what Ross and Drake said, bitch.
Yeah,
that boy be great.
And this is clear that.
I don't mean to call you a bitch, Austin Rivers' girlfriend. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna call her a bitch because you don't know her name personally.
But Eddie, NBA Marquee Miss.
My Marquee Miss is the Warriors versus the Nuggets, and my player is Zach LaVine, currently top 5 in scoring right now.
Zach LaVine been bowling the past 2 seasons.
You know where he play?
Let's keep the pace up.
Y'all know where he play?
Play for the Chicago Bullshitters.
That's true.
The bullshit.
That's true. That's true. All right, John. Marquee Miss NBA.
My Marquee Miss game is Atlanta Hawks versus Portland Trail Blazers. And my player.
You can't pick yourself, Johnny. Okay, you can't. I
almost went Hawks Suns, but
that's a conflict of interest. Johnny.
My player is gonna be in that game. Also, my player for the week is the real Melo, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo.
Johnny be sticking with Ice Tray. Ooh, cold. All right, my Marquee Miss NBA. My game is Warriors Clippers. I believe their game is Friday or Saturday, one of those. And just like you, John, going with the real Melo. LaMelo Ball is my Marquee Miss player. Marquee Miss player, LaMelo Ball. All right. Now, we're still in Marquee Miss. We're going to the NFL. We're in the Divisional Round. Since it's not many games to choose from, they're in the fucking playoffs. They deserve to be here. So it really ain't a Marquee Miss. But who is the Marquee Miss player to look out for? Drew, NFL Marquee Miss player. What you got?
J.K. Dobbins of the Baltimore Ravens. That is my Marquee Miss.
You got game change.
Okay. J.K. Dobbins. You and Kev been rocking with J.K. the last couple of weeks.
You're a biter, yo.
What? I'm not.
Drew just said J.K. before in his face, though. I'll give him that.
J.K. Dobbins before you, bro. This is like my second time saying J.K. Dobbins.
Nigga, don't get an attitude about it. Just take the joke and move on, dude.
Okay. DQ, who's your Marquee Miss player, NFL?
What's that fucking white guy's name who's the quarterback for the Bills again?
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
There you go.
Barrett Allen, like Drew said a while ago.
There you go. Thank you.
Barrett Allen. Drew
Jared
said
Allen, remember?
Oh, he said Jared Allen. All right.
He said Jared Allen. Jared Allen did it for me. Jared Allen is the man. He threw 4 touchdowns and rushed for 4.
All right. Kev, who's your Marquee Miss player?
The underestimated player in the Rams-Packers game everybody's not concerned about him. He's gonna go off.
The running back.
It's gonna be Aaron
Jones.
Mm.
Aaron Jones.
He's gonna go off.
All right, Eddie.
Same game as Kev, little different take. I think Devontae Adams is still going to eat, but he is going to be covered by the lockdown corner that we were previously mentioned before, Jalen Ramsey.
That's going to be crazy.
Exactly why
will
Aaron's
shadow him, which will be awesome, but you know who's not going to be shadowed? You know who's going to actually fucking get some fucking catches finally? I think the true number 2 on that team.
The one with the long name.
Lazard. Nope.
Oh,
not Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Okay.
Allen Lazard.
Allen Lizard.
Love him. Love him.
I just love saying his name.
I do.
Like the way it rolls off his tongue. All right, John. John, who's your marquee miss?
Same game as my guy Kevin Ed. But I'm going with Jared Goff. That's my
broken thumb and all.
Broken thumb and all. All right. I'm going over to the Tampa Bay Saints game. I'm going with AB for my marquee miss.
Ooh. Tom Brady's secret lover.
It ain't no secret.
That's who we are.
All right.
Don't tell. What's her name? Giselle.
They've been divorced, bro.
Or my son. No, they're definitely married still.
No, they divorced, bro. Like years ago.
Giselle and Tom?
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? His first wife. No, his first wife.
He divorced another woman. The actress, right? Didn't he want to mess with the actress?
Who cares? Doesn't matter.
Who cares? That's marquee miss. Marquee miss. We moving on to the NFL pick'ems. We are in the divisional round.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Eddie, set us up. Now, before we get to that, we're going to talk in regards to the wild card. Now, the wild card, again, it's not many games. Only, how many games? What, 8 games? Yeah.
We have 8 games. Yes, correct.
So, in regards to the standings from last week, the wild card.
I won 1 game.
So, Eddie won 1 game. Myself, DQ.
Too many chances.
Won 4 games. Johnny won 3. Kev won 2. Our guest Decap also won 3, and Eddie only won 1 game.
I don't know. Oh, I'm also gonna do Decap's picks as well. He sent it to me just now.
All right, cool. So you got Cap's picks. All right, so let's go through it. Now, guys.
We're simpatico, actually.
If you guys would like to, there's an app we use that y'all can put y'all picks in as we say them, which makes it a lot easier for me to not have to call and reach out to y'all, just DQ.
Drew.
Get y'all picks, Drew.
It's right here. Oh, whoops.
There's an
I
app
have it open.
that we all use. If you could, put your picks in, please, and thank you. All right, kick us off. First game we got, let me pull it up. First game, Saturday. 4:35, we got the LA Rams versus the Green Bay Packers. DQ, who you got?
I got Green Bay.
Kev, who you got?
Packers for sure.
Drew, who you got?
Packers.
Johnny, who you got?
I got the Rams. Even though the bad man's my guy.
Wow. That's some hate. John just doesn't want to see Aaron Rodgers against his Patrick Mahomes.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see that.
Brady.
I would love to see.
You're bugging, John. There's no way the Rams is winning that game, son.
All right.
And I got
when that Packers offense get locked up, we'll have a different discussion.
Like I say always, I like your pick, Johnny. We will see in the money league. All right. I have the Packers as well. Eddie, who you got? And what's the spread?
Packers are hanging 7, so pretty close spread here. Over is 46 points. I expect the Rams to cover, but I expect the Packers to win that game. I would definitely take the under in this game. I feel like it's going to be an ugly game. Or the Packers are just going to fucking blow them out, and the Rams aren't going to score
ugly, it's
points.
not going to be good for the Packers. Just know that. If it's ugly,
I think ugly offensively for the Rams. is what I mean by ugly. I think the Packers are just going to again, if Devontae Adams is going to be covered the whole time by Jalen Ramsey, I mean, look what he did with Robert Tonyan, or to Kev's point, what they're going to do with the running game with Aaron Jones, with Marquez Valdez-Scantling, with
You
Allen
say
Lazard.
all that stuff, but they got a big man in that Rams defense that's not going to be playing games with them. So.
Double him. He's got broken ribs. Hit him in the sides. That's the first thing you learn, man. Hold his pads on the insides. Hit him in the rib. He'll be fine. Take that holding call. Who cares? You hit him in the rib one time.
Listen, don't get the bear angry.
They're gonna do it.
All right, and then you just.
Also, I'll give you guys Cap's pick. He also has the Packers in this game.
All right. Next up, 8:15 Saturday. We got the Ravens versus the Bills.
What?
Yes. 8:15
No.
Saturday.
I'll say why I said what, but
okay. DK must said some wild shit. Okay. So DQ, who you got? Ravens, Bills.
Got the Bills.
Kev, who you got?
The Bills.
Drew, who you got?
Ravens.
Of course you do.
Johnny, who you got?
I'm not gonna lie, this is tough. I've been going back and forth with this one.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like the Ravens is gonna win, but I'll take the Bills.
Were they playing in Buffalo?
Yeah.
In Buffalo with fans. Bills Mafia.
In the cold, nigga? Nah. Got Buffalo.
I hope it snows. Dude, if it fucking snows, the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean Baltimore ain't warm. Like
but it's not like cold.
Yeah, but it's not Buffalo.
It ain't
you ever
Buffalo.
go to Buffalo?
I've never been to Buffalo, but I've
been to Buffalo 3 times. It is cold.
But I'm gonna go with the Ravens. And who you got? What's the spread?
Well, I went what? Because the Buffalo Bills are actually only 2-point favorites in this game. Again, with flurries or snow. What's the weather? Anybody want to Google the weather in Buffalo?
Let me check it out.
Yeah, so
weather in Buffalo this weekend.
It's snow, like I said, snow showers for Saturday night.
Sunday?
And 40%.
Or Saturday?
Saturday night. They play Saturday night. It's snow showers up until 7 o'clock right now, but it might get pushed back later.
Okay, great. Ravens aren't going to cover. Over is 50. I will take the over. Ravens won't cover. Bills in the win. DCap also has the Bills.
Yeah, so it's going to be like 32 degrees, wind 11 miles an hour, snow showers. We're going to make for a messy game, but I think Lamar and them can do it. So next up, we got Sunday at 3:05.
Sunday.
We got the Browns, Chiefs, all around.
Getting clapped.
I don't know, man.
Wait.
Come on now. Let's be
all around.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
clap.
We could do it. Chiefs.
I picked Cleveland to be shocking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So DQ got the Browns, but everybody else, we know what it is. We got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
When them niggas lose,
it's Chiefs. I'm not going.
DCap also has the Chiefs. Chiefs are 10-point favorites in this game. The over is 56 points. I expect them to go well over that. Wow. Yeah, let's go Chiefs, obviously.
All right. And last up, we got Sunday at 6:40. Got Go Brady versus Go Breeze. The Saints versus the Buccaneers.
Oh, Drew Brees is playing?
Yes, he is.
Of course, yeah.
DQ, who you got?
I know Drew Brees is playing, so I'm going to pick the Saints.
All right. Kev, who you got?
Saints.
Drew, who you got?
Saints.
Johnny, who you got?
Go
Brady.
Go Brady.
I, too, have Go Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eddie, who you got? What's the score?
Like I said, DCap and I have been simpatico this whole way through. We both have the Bucs, and the Saints are 3-point favorites in this game. Over is 50 points. I'll take the over.
Okay. And that is you
Yeah,
made your pick, right? You got the pick.
Yeah,
All right, here is the picks, including our guest D-Cap. He's going to be with us throughout the NFL playoffs. His rankings is a part of everything as well. Here's the picks as you can see, and we're going to get into our last segment. There is no 5-5. Tonight, we're going to play Sports Guess Who.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay, so.
Hold on. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
silence my phone.
Okay.
And I want all of us to have your hands up the whole time. Or visible. I don't want these guys cheating. I don't trust them.
No, based on the
put your hands where I can see them. No Googling.
I'm not playing.
No, you can.
I'm not playing.
You do what you want. I don't trust these other dudes.
Okay, so this is how it's going. Just like the game, Guess Who? You guys are going to ask questions. I'll give you a yes or no answer. You can ask one question, and then you can take a guess. If you don't get it right, we move on to the next person. If you get it right, you get the point. That's 3 rounds. 3 rounds. 3 people, 3 athletes. Whoever got the most points is our winner. If it's a tie, we'll do a tiebreaker athlete, all right?
Oh, so we work together on this then, technically.
No. Well, you listen to.
Yeah, we work together. Yeah, right. We can work together.
So it ain't working together. You use what they say to help you win.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the random wheel, like I always do, to see who goes first. Now, the first clue is Mickey Mouse is the first clue. All right? Everybody got that? Mickey Mouse is the first clue.
Is an athlete?
Yes, it's all athletes. All athletes. Past, present, future. Okay. First clue is Mickey Mouse. First person to ask the question is
I'm going to Disney World.
Johnny.
So I gotta guess an athlete.
You can ask me a question, and then you can ask a question, or you can answer the question. So ask it.
My only hit is Mickey Mouse right now.
The only clue is Mickey Mouse.
What sport this person plays?
It's up to you. You gotta ask the right questions.
You have to ask, did this person play in the NFL?
Right, exactly.
And then he'll say yes or no.
Did this person play in the NFL?
No.
Okay.
Now, if you want to answer, you can. If not, we will just move on to the next person.
Okay. I think I get it.
This is tough. John, what's the of the questions?
Johnny.
No, John, you're done now. You either guess who the player is or you move on.
You guess. Our next person will be Drew. But either you guess who it is or we move on. 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2,
Drew.
1.
Does this person play a professional sport currently?
No.
Why are you clapping your fucking hands, bro?
No.
That's a bad question.
It's actually not a bad question.
No, it's not a fucking bad question.
It's not, but we don't know who the sport is yet.
Right,
Let's get
that's
the sport
true.
down.
He's retired.
Currently.
Okay. So, Drew, no.
5.
Okay. You want to guess or you want to move on?
I want to guess.
Who? 5 seconds.
He doesn't play currently. Big Mickey Mouse.
2, 1, and time's up, nigga.
All right. Next up, we got Eddie.
Okay, so person doesn't play in the NFL, doesn't currently play today. Mickey Mouse. Is this the player's nickname?
No.
Okay, fucked. All right.
5 seconds.
I'm not gonna guess.
Okay, so smart man, Eddie. Ready to move on. All right, we got Kev and DQ.
We have 1 hint so far.
DQ.
Let's see.
A horrible clue, Mickey Mouse. What I don't know.
I feel like this is.
Does this athlete? Wait. You said he's currently not playing, right?
Currently not playing, not in the NFL. That's based on what everybody just said so far.
And it's not his nickname.
And then Mickey Mouse is not his nickname.
Oh, can I guess?
Yes, you can guess.
It's like a.
You can ask a question.
Okay.
And then you can guess.
Okay, I'll answer. I'll ask a question. Then I can ask a question.
Yes.
Then okay. So
Yes.
does this player play in Orlando?
Yes.
Aaron Gordon.
Wrong.
What?
Aaron Gordon plays right now.
He's currently playing. But he's playing.
You say he's currently playing. Currently plays.
No, he wasn't. He doesn't play now, but he was playing in Orlando.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. Okay. No hands, but I want to give. I'm giving you a subliminal message.
So
I'm giving you a subliminal message. Pick it up.
You're trying to get
it's Cav's turn.
I'm giving you a subliminal message.
Cav, it's your turn.
Yeah. I don't know.
You want to ask a question?
Ask a question.
Now, based on what we've heard already, nickname is not Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is the clue.
You know that shit. I kind of said
doesn't
it.
play in the NFL.
Doesn't play in the NFL and played in Orlando.
What is Shaquille O'Neal?
Correct, Shaquille O'Neal.
You said, you said he currently plays in the. You said he currently plays.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
That's not what they already asked.
Drew, you gave him the answer. That's your fault.
Drew question was.
Well, no, once DQ said Orlando, I knew who it was.
Yeah, that's why
I got a hint. Then
you got to listen
it out.
So
listen to the questions.
When he said,
listen.
But okay, so I understand. So I get it now. But when I said he plays in Orlando, I thought the question before you said, I thought you said he currently plays. Because you said
no. I said no. Drew asked. Well, I said yes. Drew said, "Is he currently playing?" I said no.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Fucking
so Drew. 1 point for Kev. Y'all gave Kev the point
with the assist.
With the assist for Kev.
You're welcome, Kevin.
I ain't getting no assist.
From me, nigga. What you think talking about?
Son, what's
Drew
this
definitely
mean?
yelled out Shaq's
I
name.
literally put my foot on camera.
Yeah, Drew dead ass said that shit. Drew be fucking up, man. All right.
Nah, he said Orlando. I fucking knew. Said Orlando.
Eddie, you're first.
What's the hint?
All right. The clue is Nike. First clue.
Okay. Does this player have their own shoe?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Well, you say Nike. That's going to be my first question.
Let me check for you.
Okay, it's not big.
He's had a PE.
What does that mean?
I know who you're talking about.
I think you know that I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Player exclusive or player edition shoe.
Right, a player edition shoe.
Okay, I'm ready to guess.
Okay.
Like what? Nigga had a PPE? Like what?
Colin Kaepernick.
No.
Okay.
No Colin. Okay. Next up is Kev. You're up.
So what do we know already?
He does not have his own shoe.
Nike is the hint. Nike is a hint. He has a PE. He doesn't have his own shoe, but he has a player edition shoe.
I'm about to take a guess. What was my turn?
Yeah, John.
It ain't his turn yet.
Is this player in the NBA?
No.
All right. So
I'm gonna guess.
Shit, I have one.
So
I know it already.
So your guess.
I have two actually.
So my guess is Derek Jeter.
Boom!
There you go, Ken. Let's go.
Wait,
that was my guess. Let's go.
That doesn't count.
How that don't count?
Derek Jeter has his own shoe,
Because
bro.
Derek Jeter's a Jordan brand athlete. He's not a Nike athlete.
Derek
Jeter had Nike commercials.
They're two separate entities.
And he was sponsored by Nike as well.
And he had his
in
own sneaker,
career.
so fuck off.
No, those look.
He had his own
Those-
cleats.
Yeah, but
Which
so
is
those,
technically a shoe.
but they're two entities. So so then if that's the case, Devin is wrong then. So he had 5 shoes actually. So therefore,
But
he had his own
I
PE.
said I didn't know. I know he had a PE.
Yeah, so
But
therefore, both those
even with me
questions
being
were
wrong, you being technical, Kev got it right. Shut the fuck up. We
2
moving
points,
on.
Kev.
2 points, Kev.
Y'all niggas
Good
is
shit,
trash,
Kev.
yo.
Last one.
Wait, so this shit over if somebody get to 3?
The last one is over. This is the last question.
Do or die, nigga.
Oh,
Okay,
I put myself
what?
in. Drew, it's one last question. We're gonna do the last question. That's Drew. Drew, your clue is cocaine. That's your first clue.
I know the answer.
Cocaine's a hell of a
I
job.
got 2 different answers to this.
Huh?
I'm gonna guess. LT. North Shella.
No. Good guess. But no.
Way to
I
not
got this
ask a
one.
question, though. Can he ask a question? Ask
Oh,
a question.
fuck.
We
No.
need the hints, man.
His question
question.
is it LT? That's his question. And
That
I
was
said
stupid.
no.
You're an asshole.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
this is my next conclusion.
Hey, that was a good
Smoke.
guess. It was fucking
All
Not a
right,
good
next
guess.
up. It actually is. Johnny, you up next.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's not
Oh, God.
LT.
Oh, you just said crackhead.
Cocaine. Yeah, there's a couple of players that fucked with the cocaine, so it's tough.
Oh, I think I know.
I actually like that y'all been answering on the first clue that I haven't had to go past, which is pretty dope.
The cocaine.
Did he die?
It ain't you. It ain't
Nigga,
your
No, it's not
turn.
on you.
Yo, Drew, what is wrong with you? Like, let
Mute
niggas
him.
have their own.
No, go ahead, John. Ask the question.
Is he a white player or a black player? That's my question.
That's no. You gotta ask. Is he white? Is he black?
Is he a minority?
I can't answer that. That's one
No.
question.
No, that's 2 questions, John. Is he
Yeah.
white or is he
Oh, yeah.
black?
If I get it
Pick
wrong,
one.
that helps y'all out. Like,
John,
shit.
pick. White or black?
Is he a white player?
No.
All right.
All right.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
All right. Kev.
No, I didn't even guess my.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What's your
take your
guess?
guess, John.
This is gonna be fucked. This is gonna be fucked up. But I'm just guess one off the top. I might be wrong. I'm just take a Hail Mary guess. Delonte West.
No. I ain't gonna even bring my boy up in this, man. Why would I disrespect him like that, man?
You said cocaine. Like,
Yeah, but we know he good now. This person, he
yeah,
good. All
but
right. Kev, go.
man, this is
Oh, I know who it is.
Did this person once play in the NBA?
No.
All right, so forget it. My guess was Lamar Odom.
Okay, that's a
That
good.
was my guess,
fucked up
too.
answers, man.
That's a
Just
good.
know the player's not white neither.
All right,
Say
DQ
what?
Ed.
It's my go, you said?
It is DQ. Yes.
Was okay.
The second clue, y'all. If we get to the second clue, y'all gonna get it.
Okay. Was he a baseball player?
No.
Hmm.
All right, Ed. Oh well, your guess, DQ.
Okay.
Hold on, Ed.
yeah.
Let him get his.
He wasn't a baseball player.
No.
Wasn't baseball, NBA. He's not white.
Or say that again, Johnny. I'm sorry.
He's not a baseball player, not an NBA player. He's not white.
And he's not LT because Drew's an idiot.
He's not LT.
Morris Taylor was on coke, bro.
Bro, we know that. But you could have asked if he played in the NFL, and then you could have guessed, is it Lawrence Taylor?
No, Lawrence Taylor was on crack right before the water boy.
I
Don't
DQ.
smoke.
5 seconds.
Oh my lord! I think I
Um,
know who you're talking about.
I know exactly what he's doing because I think I've made this joke.
Boy.
pass.
Time up,
Pass.
Eddie. Who
Okay, did this person play baseball in an era without Negroes?
No, he didn't play baseball.
Bro, one of the questions was he didn't play in the baseball. You fucked up.
Oh, I didn't hear baseball.
Yeah.
I said that.
He's not
Pass
an
was a
MLB
baseball
player. He's not an NBA player, and he's
Oh,
not.
I didn't know that. Can I retract my question? I'm sorry.
Go
I didn't
ahead.
hear
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
Did this person play soccer?
No.
Fuck.
No, this is easy now. Now I know who the fuck this is. Now I know who it is.
Damn.
You got 5 seconds.
I know who it is now. Now I know who it is. It's still fucked up. I know who it is now.
All right.
Not in the NBA.
No.
Not in the MLB. Didn't play soccer.
Not LT.
Is
not white.
Is not white.
Not white.
Oh, wait. You say he didn't play.
It could be 2 people, but I'm gonna go with the other one.
This nigga DQ.
5 seconds.
So you say he
5,
didn't play the NBA.
3,
Nigga DQ cheating.
2, 1. Time out.
Tim Allen. I don't know.
No, Tim Allen.
Yeah, he did a lot of cool. I don't know.
All right.
She a
All right. The
snitch.
second clue is Adam Sandler.
Oh
What
my
the
God.
Wait.
I know this.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Drew. Second clue is Adam Sandler.
Yo, this is so
question.
easy. I know who it is.
Adam Sandler, cocaine.
Nigga, I just said it.
Chill, GQ, chill. I just
Yeah.
want
Drew, go.
I wasn't listening to DQ, so I don't even know if he said it or not. So fuck.
Okay, so
pass.
So what's the question?
Ask the question.
Yo, this is so easy. This is probably the easiest one. Oh my God, I'm mad.
I'm mad that I don't know it right now, and you
if
know
Kevin
it.
went before me, I would have got it correct. If Kevin went before me, I would have got it correct. I said an NBA player.
Drew, 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, this shit is
Time up. All right, next up.
Next.
DQ.
You know what? I'll pass my thing on to Johnny.
You can't pass it.
Yeah, because
you can't do that.
because he was cheating.
Ask a question.
DQ was cheating.
Yeah, I was cheating.
That's
So
good.
like,
He got the answer. He was on his phone.
Googling?
no, I just typed crackhead athletes. That was it.
Okay, no, Kev.
Come on, man. Why are you cheating?
Because I'm already gonna lose anyway. It don't matter.
Kev.
No, this is
ask the question.
easy. This is easy. Kev probably gonna get it. It's easy.
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna get it. Is this based on one of Adam's movies, or is it a real player? Like,
It's a real athlete. These are real athletes.
Oh, it's easy. This is easy.
Someone said him earlier.
I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm
time
wrong.
out. Hold on. Who was in that movie?
Ask a question. 5
Kev,
seconds.
ask if he was in the longest yard. Ask him if he was in the longest yard.
5 seconds. 5.
Okay.
Michael Irvin.
Yes, Michael Irvin.
Yo,
Let's
hey,
go.
stop with you.
Let's go.
Michael
For the
Irvin is
record,
the
for the
answer.
record,
Honestly,
for
no, that's the only
record.
movie I was thinking of with sports that
Time
you're
out.
saying real athletes.
Before the record, Kev,
Uh,
I helped you on all 3 of your fucking wins. Okay?
Okay.
I should have got the
I
point.
literally gave you Shaq's foot size. I asked the question that you
I
didn't
didn't-
hear
you
for
were
your
doing a
second
foot-
one.
you were doing a
You get the
football
credit
play.
for the shot.
Nah, I was doing
You're doing a
this.
field
I
goal
did
post.
this. I did this.
And
To
then
show
you
you
got
how
back
big his
in
shoe
your
was.
foot.
Ed did do that. Ed did do that, but Drew
Thank
said
you.
chat. So
And then
Drew gets
secondly,
the assist on the first point, and then Ed gave him the assist on the third point. Yo,
nah. I had it.
Michael
to the
Irvin did
movie.
coke?
Yeah, he
Huh?
was known cokehead. He had drug issues while he was playing.
That's what's up.
Wasn't
I
this?
don't know
It's not the same guy that was like on fucking ESPN crying about how his mother
Oh
was
no,
abusive
he
and
was
shit?
he was sweating. Remember they had that episode like he was sweating real bad previously and shit. Michael Irvin was a known cokehead. Well, coke person. I don't want to say cokehead, but he dabbled in drugs.
I said Tim Allen.
He was in that Adam Sandler movie, The Longest Yard.
yo, that shit was so.
I thought you meant LT.
You heard
Because
that?
LT was in freaking
Once you said Adam
Waterboy.
Sandler, I was locked in. I already knew the answer.
John, who was the other guy that you thought?
LT.
Who? What are you talking about?
You said there's 1 or 2 players. Who was the other guy?
Oh, another wide receiver that actually dabbled in drugs also that played in Michael Irvin's era was Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, yeah.
Good pick. But okay, that's our
Once you
episode.
said Adam Sandler, I knew what he was talking about.
Episode 39 of the OSA. Thank you guys for playing. Kev is our winner for our sports
I should
guest.
have got.
Yeah, that's
point.
what I was talking
assists
about. Like,
from
bro
the
was
whole
on
team.
Hold on, real quick.
You talking about Chris Carter?
Yeah, bro was on freaking ESPN like crying about. I think happened. Remember when Adrian Peterson, like, I guess had the thing with his son. His son passed away, or he did something like he had.
He slapped his son up.
Yeah,
Hit his son with a switch.
like bro was like going ham about
how he used to get beat.
but then like he was like doing drugs and shit and try to say like it's the same, like trying to some of the same like same like kind of fathom the same area. I'm like, bro, like that's not the same thing.
All right, so real quick, just to get through this real quick, I see something here, and I'm just curious. So your current battery percentages, the Browns' chances of beating the Chiefs this weekend. Dev, you first.
54%. I'm litty. Good enough for me.
97%.
Eddie.
17%.
Yeah, there we go, John.
My battery's at 100%, but I
Oh,
don't do that shit.
DQ.
54.
Durant.
73.
All right, I'm at 53%.
Those are pretty good odds.
That's a good odd. I like that.
All y'all got the good odds because it's not 100% they winners.
All right,
Yeah, I got the best odds because they're not going to win that game.
This is
17
episode.
is fucked up.
They got an opportunity to win that game if they control the ball on run. They run the ball. They can control the take the ball.
Okay, that's the episode. Take us
is
out.
Episode 39.
And,
We just played. Guess we just played Guess Who. Thank you guys for watching, listening, whatever it is you do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We might bring Sports Guess Who back. I thought it was fun.
It was
All right,
fun. This nigga Kev wins every time we do this.
Kev won three rounds, won them all, undefeated. Let's see what happens next time.
Never lost.
With the assist from everybody. But thank you guys for listening. Like always, Ed.
We out.